everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to another week, a brand new week, as we start Monday. Right? Where did that weekend go? It was there, man, and then it wasn't. But I hope you had a fantastic weekend, and you're very welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. Tonight, we focus on part 7 of our Gallic Wars series. You see, we delve into the pivotal moment in 55 BC, Julius Caesar confronted the Germanic incursions across the Rhine. We're heading to Germany and, we're going to do some stuff when we get there. Faced with the challenge of asserting Roman dominance, if you will, disciplining and dispelling the myth that the Rhine was some sort of invincible barrier that protected the Germans, Caesar embarked on a daring military and engineering feat. There's an intro, right? Is this fella reading this off for prompt? Yes, he is. The episode explores the strategic depth of the campaign, the response to the Germanic threat, and of course, the speed in which Caesar managed to get across the entire country of France, and also the remarkable construction of, at the time, was some sort of a logistical marvel when he constructed a bridge over the Rhine. All that and more, right? So it's going to be one of these kind of, we're going to be flying in a TBM 850, this one from Black Square, one of the best aircraft you can get, hands down. Love the TBM, and if you want to keep up with us, anything TBM 930, or was it 940? I can't remember what's the default one, but it's also very, very good. But, we'll be cruising somewhere in between kind of the 170 to 200 knots, give or take, and we'll see how we go for altitude. I'm currently set on live weather. I don't know about what live time, though, because it's night time in France. Right, bonsoir, and all of that, So we do have a route, right? We're going to be departing out of Quiberon. This is where we were last week. Beautiful, small little airport. It's only lovely, this one, right? And we're going to be rambling across. We have a couple of stops along the way. So we depart from Lima Foxtrot Echo Quebec, and our first stop of the night is Lima Foxtrot Oscar Zulu, out by Orléans, right? And these are all the regions in which Caesar kind of had to leg it across. Do you know what I mean? Then we have a stopover over at Lima Foxtrot Sierra November until we get to our final destination over at Mannheim City Echo Delta Foxtrot Mike. So it's a bit of a long one, this one, about 484 nautical miles, lads, right? And we hope to do that in about 2 hours-ish, give or take. We'll see how we all go. So aircraft of choice tonight will be interesting to say the least. So tell me, how are you? How was your weekend, lads? Did you right? Oh, do you know what I did? So where is it? Jesus, I'm hitting things all over the place. So I was trialing this gadget here yesterday. This is my little Osmo Pocket 3 camera. I have to learn how to use one of these, and it has a gimbal, you see. And I trialed one of these yesterday in the car. I need to get like a mount for it, And I have to say, the audio and the visual quality, it's very nice. It's very nice. So I might do a video. You know what I'm like now when I'm heading out, to Lidl or Aldi getting the milk or something, and then you get distracted of what's there in the centre aisle. Stuff you thought you never needed or wanted, yet you'll buy it because it's good value, right? And then I saw someone posted on our Discord earlier on, Aldi. They're selling food. Well, it's called food. It's not human. Well, it is human food, but it's made with nightmares, toenail clippings. Okay, it's not made out of toenail clippings or nightmares, but it's made out of insects. What? Who eats this? If anyone buys it and has it, they need to have a serious discussion with themselves in front of a mirror. Probably call a priest to come round as well, because it's not right. It's not right. It's right. Insects, lads. Jesus. But anyway, hope you're all keeping very well. We'll ramble here into the chat and say hello and good evening. We're live on YouTube and also here on our beloved Twitch. And, you're all very welcome aboard. So, I've buttons here somewhere, look. Hang on a second, lads. Ah, yes.
Big 10-4, good buddy.
Asher B. Gary B. John. We'll play this one. Jesus, there's all things happening here. That was Dr. Sisu. We'll get to it all now in a second. Black Eyes Gabe is in the chat. Very welcome aboard, Gabe. I'm after hitting off my microphone. That's terrible bad, isn't it? Gabe, it's good to see you, man. He says, are you ready for all of you AC/DC fans? Even those of you that aren't, and therefore wrong, we have liftoff for Croke Park on the 17th of August. Black Eyes Gabe, they're going to shook us all night long. Did you see? Right, Highway to Hell. They're back in black. Ah, who said that? Brilliant. Love struck and everything. You're very welcome aboard. Who else is here? Viper Strike, good evening. He says, good afternoon, Murph and Fireflies. I flew the Drifter Ultralight from St. Kitts to Antigua yesterday. Beautiful flying, man. Beautiful. Sean Dale is here. You're very welcome aboard, Sean. Hello there. Hey, Sean. Hope you're well. Super Ty. Welcome in, Super Typhon. Tarnish Mossman. Happy Monday to you. Hope all is well. Devil Dude is here. Bad Dog Richard. He's a great dog. He says, hello, dudes and dudettes. Hello, Bad Dog. Welcome in, man. Willow, how much? Hello, hello. Toto is in the house. Martel, very good to see you, my guy. Night Zepp is here. My dude, hope you're keeping very well. Rambog Mord has rambled aboard. Rambog, I got your update for the Flow Pro Rambog thing. Excellent work. Excellent work. Robert J56 is here. Welcome in. Filthy is in the house. He says, happy Monday, everyone. Currently descending in Sierra Echo, Quebec. Mike from Mexico City. Very nice. What's the weather doing? Jesus. Seemingly there was some sort of game of football on over the weekend. Something about a bowl. Did they win a bowl? I don't know. Who won the Super Bowl? Don't all answer together. But yes, the Super Bowl was on last night or this morning, depending on where you are in the world. Go sports, you know, right. But anyway, No Undies McGee is here. It's good to see you. Dirty Bertie Baggins, good evening. Hope you're well, man. Bill Barrett is here. Hey, Bill. More Rome Wax. Yes, Super Tie. Yes, we shall. Sunjammer's here. Good to see you. Canoe Head. He says, hi, everyone. I missed Friday's Forza frivolity. I'm sure Murphy won all the races. Of course I did. Of course, man. Of course I won all the races. I am Forza. You know, I'm not. But yeah, no, we had a good night racing. Now let me see. I need to check this screen for a moment and then carry on. Hello to everyone over on YouTube, by the way. Hope you guys are keeping well. Vacuum is here. Welcome aboard. Onboard Simulations. Welcome in, man. Now let me see. Wayland Jutani, bonsoir. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Good to see you. Wombat 49. He says, are there any Julius Caesar donkey jokes this evening? Well, I'm sure we'll make up a few. Wombat, it's great to see you, man. We had so much fun on Friday night. So, so we took F-14s, as you do, and we flew out of Miramar, rambling up towards San Francisco. Then we had a challenge. And in a moment of pure and sheer and utter brilliance, I managed to do it. Don't know how. Couldn't do it again, but it worked. It was a lot of fun. SK Sun is here. It's good to see you. Nighthawk, welcome in. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. Good to see you, John. Hope all is well. Rob MCR is here. Happy Monday, man. Jesus. Wombat then subscribes tier 1 for 24 months. He says, time flies when you're having fun. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. God almighty. The support 29 months, like, Jesus. Iron Knob Airways, I thought I'd watch on Twitch today. Very good, you're welcome in. Pull up a chair. Bat Chelly is here. He's just here to say, good luck. We're all counting on you. All together now. Zythy, good to see you. Gary JF, happy Monday. Captain Meowingtons is in the house. Welcome aboard. Bellbro is here. He says, hello, you all fine peoples. Good evening to all. And to you. Lima Kilo Mike has rumbled in. Good to see you, Mike. How are things? Sterling, good day to you. He said, it's a great day to build a bridge over the Rhine. Yes. It's fascinating when you think about it. But we'll get to all the history and the stuff in a couple of moments. Now, No Undies McGee says, congratulations to the Chiefs for winning the American football tournament. Who won the match, actually? Fierce Wolf is here, looking fierce and wolfy. Good to see you, man. I've buttons over there, look. Sean Dale says, I'd love to have had the experience of a 65-year-old with the vitality of a 21-year-old. Depends on who you're talking to, Sean. You can arrange that. Filthy, who won the match? Who won the match, lads? We don't know. Cyrus T is in the house, tier 1 for 21 months. Cyrus T, thank you very, very much indeed. Guys, if you haven't seen the work of Cyrus T, he's made some incredible liveries and overall some top-notch stuff for Firefly Air, which we have recently just passed 100,000 flights. It's mind-boggling. 100,000 flights? Absolutely incredible you guys are. And Jesus, madness. Old Veteran 965 is here. He says, happy Monday, Fireflies. I hope you're ready for some more Romans. It's good to see you, Scott. How are you, man? Now, let me see. I don't know how anyone can live without knowing that in this day... Me? Who? No, Undies McGee, I couldn't tell you. Right, now, let me see. I don't care if the 49ers or the Chiefs won. Uh-oh. Dougal McTavish is here. Good to see you. The chairman has rambled in. Welcome in, Dougal. All I can say about the bowl is, yeah, right? Soaring AJ, it's good to see you. Sean says, have we not crossed the Rhine already? No, we came very close to it with the old Suwabi, but we haven't crossed it. But yeah, Soaring AJ, hope you're well, man. Sir Campsalot is in the house. A very good evening to you, sir. Happy Monday. Stick Figure is here. Welcome in. Now, is it Majekyll? Majekyll? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You're very welcome in. Good to see you. Scorpio49 rambles in, a candle in one hand, a glass of brandy in the other, with the newspaper rolled up under his arm. Good evening, Murph, and all in chat, he says. It's good to see you, Scorpio. Now, we're over here, look, let me see now. Twisted Mexican. Hey, good to see you, man. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Ozzy Mandius is here. Hemming Bird has just rambled in. I was surprised at the price of chimneys these days. I thought that'd be on the house, but they're actually through the roof. Happy Monday. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Muse fan bursts in the door. Sure, how he is, yous massive bunch of legends. Looking forward to another history lesson. I really can't emphasise just how much I want to hear all about the Romans again. Muse, right, listen, right, at the end of this, when we're finished all this, series, right, you're going to be someday in the world, somewhere, at a pub quiz, right? And first prize will be something like a Skoda car. And the question will be based on Roman history, in particular the Gallic Wars. And everyone else in the pub won't have the foggiest of ideas, but you will. See, this is like, I'm going to take this information, keep it somewhere safe, and then deploy it on the world. Yes, deploy it on the world at a time that suits best. It's genius. Do you know what I mean? I heard you have posters of Romans on your wall. I don't know where I was going with that. That's not important. Murphy around the Nordish light. Oh yes. Are they giving an update to that? Go in for bread, come out with a canoe. Aldi, right? Brilliant. Now, Dr. Sisu is in the chat. 26 months. Dr. Sisu, thank you very much indeed. He says, next up, Garda search for a man waving camera about whilst driving down the motorway. Driver also seen munching on insects. The public are asked to report any details. Could you imagine? How are you, guard? I was just testing. Have you any idea what speed you were doing in the vehicle? What? Who? Jeez, you can't be doing that. But anyway, Dragon617 is good to see you. Dougal says we had to eat all sorts of bugs when training there in Belize. Yeah, but that was training. That was in the military. That's not going to Aldi in civilian attire to buy insects. What's your favourite kind of insect? The one they put in food kind. Ugh. It's wrong on so many levels. Insect stew. Think about it. Just think about it. Let that sit in there for a moment. Insects in your stew. Who's in charge? Who's taking over the world? Why are we having all this weird stuff going on? Swap21 is here. It's good to see you, man. Kevin has redeemed. Hello there. It's good to see you, man. Galaxy Man is in the house. Welcome aboard. So long they don't start selling Soylent Green, I'm telling you, it's absolute madness. Lightworks Laser Engraving is watching us over on YouTube. You're very welcome aboard. Robinson Racing, you're very welcome in. Great to see you. So Robinson Racing, if you haven't checked out the channel, do some excellent flight simulation content over on YouTube. Do be sure to check it out. And if I've missed anyone else on YouTube, start shouting, because right, I need to find a way to get two screens on one over here. I'm getting there though. But yes, Goblin Zoo says, I saw the Super Bowl. It was very interesting. Ooh. Let's this now. Yes, and guess what, Murph? They had a soccer ad called Nebo. I used to love the Super Bowl ads. They used to be brilliant. Doritos always had good ones. Do you know? Were they good ads at least? Paparazzi says, howdy Fireflies. Hope all is well. Work lurking, as always, for another 2 hours. Enjoy the wars and the carnage. Paparazzi, it's great to see you, man. Hope you're keeping very well. This is what Murph did on Forza. There's a clip there from Muse fan. Fake news. He digitally recreated it in absolute lies and abysmal dishonesty and posted it on the internet. WM Flight Sim stayed up till 4 a.m. watching the Super Bowl, so I apologise if I fall asleep. To be fair, right? Did you ever fall asleep at a time you weren't supposed to? Right? It can happen during meetings. It could happen mid-conversation. It could even happen publicly. You could be waiting somewhere and you suddenly just kind of have an owl drift away, right? But you kind of start snoring. Has it happened to you? It's happened to me a lot. Just thought I'd ask the question. We ask the hard questions here because we can, do you know? Now, let me see. We're over here, look. Not that you're holding a grudge, Muse. Right, do you know what I mean? Keith O'Farrell is here. It's a very good evening to you. Lurmega is here. Happy Monday. Hope you're keeping very well. Now, let me see. Sean says, I've dropped some Firefly racers into the store in Forza Motorsport. Just search Firefly and they should come up. Have one for the F430s, the Lancia and the Acura. Nice. Awesome work, Sean. Awesome. I see Ireland got a free pass for 3 points in the rugby on Saturday. We did. We came. We saw. We conquered. You know, the Romans weren't too impressed. Casey did, says Angry Lou. Jesus. Kansas City won the gadget. Kansas City. Has Edson been seen since? No, he's probably on a bender now. Now, let me see. Filthy, you're very welcome in. Good to see you. And Angry Lou, thank you for that information. It's good to see you too. But yeah, Kansas City Chiefs won it. It was an amazing game. Oh, great to hear, lads. Great to hear. Now, let me see. Whack-a-mo. Welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Now, where are we at? We're over here. Which end are we? We're at the start. The beginning end. The end of the beginning. You know. So, that'll be the booby prize. They force a Skoda on you. That's first prize, Scott. Listen, when you come to Ireland, you'll be glad of a Skoda, I can tell you, because they're one of the biggest cars we have over here. Well, that's completely and utter fake news, but they're still I have one and it's nice. Except for the dints. And it's plastered in birdshite. But apart from that, it's really, and I need 4 new tyres. And the timing belt needs to be done. And a major service. Oh, yes. Yes, friends. Financial woe. I'm looking at my car for the next couple of weeks. Bread and water. Yeah, bread and water. But all is well. What's the change? Wait now. What is the change a Skoda is for the win on a pub quiz? The chances, you mean? What's the chances of winning a Skoda? Depends on the pub. A really good pub. Do you know what I mean? Now, but what did the Romans ever do about global warming, Murph? Fun fact. There's a place up in Iceland or Greenland, I can't remember. But anyway, there's a sciencey place. A laboratory, that's even better. And they have frozen ice from the Arctic. Of course, ice is frozen, but they've ice from the Arctic, right? But anyway, do you know the way you have, like, in rock, right, sediment, and has this layers? And usually the deeper you go down in these layers, well, the older or, you know, the further back in time you're kind of travelling. Well, it's the very same with the ice. If you dig down deep enough, these researchers were able to find carbon deposits that was a direct result of Roman expansion in and around, 50 BC to about 200 AD.
Pull the big switch, good buddy.
Isn't that absolutely bananas? They actually see the environmental impact from the Romanization, if you like, of Europe. Isn't that crazy? Nuts, I tell you. Empire Kicking is here with the raid. You're very welcome aboard, man. Great to see you. Now, let me see. I should read again. Julius Caesar in French. Le Roi des Gauls. Beat the Jesus. Is it? Sounds very nice. Now, Shrimps is Bug. Huh? Bus Duster, good to see you. He totally downplayed what Dougal had to do. Wait, I totally downplayed what Dougal had to do. I didn't downplay it. Insects are full of protein, Murph. Eat them, mate. They're good for you. No! And I wasn't downplaying what Dougal had to do. But the problem what Dougal had to do, they ate the bugs. Okay, they had to survive because, well, it's survival. But then, they come back and say, do you know, they weren't that bad. A friend of mine once ate deep-fried was it cockroaches or grasshoppers? It could have been spiders. I don't know what it is. Some sort of an Asian cuisine. They're taking the Dennis Hickey out of you, lads. Right? They're running around their house. Come here, you scoop them up. What do we do with these? Put them in caramel and put them on the barbecue. And then we'll sell them to tourists. And we're like, local cuisine. Hunch. Then you're sitting on the toilet wanting to know where you can't feel your legs and everything is just a blur. They're out to get us, lads. Insects, they're not your friends. No, not for eating. They're not for eating. Unless, of course, you were in a survival situation in which, yes, of course, they do provide protein. In actual fact, they provide a lot of protein. But let's just say I don't ever want to have to go that road. Jesus, right? I'm not into creepy crawly things. That's not my thing. Do you know, some people are scared of cats. You know, I'm not scared. Is it a phobia? Maybe it is. I don't like I don't like spiders. I hate spiders. Now, I don't mind the really tiny little lads, right? And I don't mind the big, massive lads, right? It's the fellas in the middle. They have an agenda, these lads. They go at you. They run at you. I had a spider once that ran at me. Now, I'm whatever, 6'2". I'm nearly as wide as I am tall. It being like the size of a euro coin, or like, what's that in dollar monies? A dollar coin, ran at me. What was it trying to do? Think about it. They have an agenda, and it's terrifying. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I've eaten deep fried locusts. Oh, jeez. But, Quaggy, if it tastes like chicken, why not just have chicken? Right? I mean, there's no shortage of chicken. The day they're short on chicken, lads. Hello there. The day we run short on chicken, lads. Did you ever find a fly in your soup, Murph? I'm sure I did over the years, yeah. Call Gibbo for tech support. Wait, did we break something? Uh-oh. Now, moving on. The ads were crap. Oh, wait, did you get ads? You got... the ads for the... Oh, sorry, the ads for the Super Bowl. Were they crap? I don't believe it. I imagine you can make good beer out of crickets with all them hops. That's terrible. Eagle Airways is here. Aaron, good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Epic Fool has rambled in. Evening. Hope you're well, man. Only 2 places to spawn in at this airport. Apologies if I spawn in on top of anyone. Oh, behave. Be grand. Now, I'm over here, look. Falling asleep in a meeting, yes, one time did QC Frank. Brilliant. Dan 1878 said, yes, a test in senior school. I fell asleep during a maths GCSE test. Oh, Jesus. Did I enjoy the rugby, Aaron? I did. It was great. Brilliant. I fell asleep on the train, missed my station, and made me an hour late. That happened to Mrs. Two-Tone before. I had to drive to friggin' Tullamore to pick her up. But anyway, I seen someone with house spider earrings and hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Oh, yes. Why, lads? Why? Do you know? The last time I was in Ireland, we had a BMW 3 Series. Yeah, but they're small, though. You know, they're small. No, and far away, you know. Does it still drive? Of course it still drives. It's a Skoda. It's superb. There's a bit of a rattle to it. Would you buy a car from this man? Look at this car right here. Major service and 4 new tyres. That increased the value of it by about €200. Do you ever notice that as well? You go to buy something, you know. Oh, I just put $25,000, or in our case, €25,000 into the car. Yeah, but you're selling it for 5,000. I don't understand the maths. Yeah, I just thought it was enough to release it. Do you ever know? They're brilliant. You gotta love these guys. 1980 salesmen. We need them. And then Empire came in. Thank you very much, Empire. It's great to see you, man. Frozen ice. Right? Imagine it. Anyway, Gabe says, Murph, you are looking at €1,000 for service and decent tyres. You couldn't sugarcoat. I was reckoning it's about $1,000, yeah, to do all that. But you're like, yeah, it's grand. Can someone else do it? No, I'll have to do it. Do you know what I mean? Patrick, good to see you. Eamon 1973, good to see you. Welcome in, lads. Right, we're going to get flying here now in a moment. As we get do you know what I mean? The introduction into our festivities up and running. And Renoir, welcome aboard. Murph, don't go out into the desert then. I'm telling you. As for insect protein, says Nighthawk, it may become a choice between insects as food or protein from a big vat of goo. I've every confidence that we're going to be making the food replicators out of Star Trek. Every confidence. Tea, hot. Or, you know, tea, Earl Grey, hot. Do you know? Or like, you know, give us a... do you ever see a pizza come out of a food replicator? Why is that? They've no pizzas in the future. Now, let me see. We're catching up. The home one was horrible. Oh, was it? Oh, Jesus, right. Okay. Now, I stayed up to watch a bit of the Super Bowl. It was great. How long does it go on for, lads, the Super Bowl?
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Oh, God, Quaggy. I took a sip of water one night, only to feel something wriggling in my mouth. I immediately spat it out, switched the table lamp on, and I saw a huge soggy spider on the floor. If I could scream, you'd hear it. Jesus. 3 hours, 4 hours. They struggled to make pineapple for the pizza. Probably. You're right. Do you know what I mean? Right. Will we get flying? Will we start a bit of flight simulation? I mean, that's what we're here for, isn't it? Imagine a spider in your drink, though. Jesus, lads. Could you imagine it? Anyway, we're over here. As I turn around to my microphone and I should really mute that before we get going, but sure, listen, you know what the crack is, lads, right? So here we are with our beloved TBM. This machine is from Black Square and released on behalf of Just Flight, and lads, I gotta tell you, this is one of the best. It's awesome, right? Am I off frame in my camera? I don't know, I'm a bit high there or something. Hang on now, lads. Sure, I can fix that. Yep, that made absolutely no difference at all. Right, okay, so let's have a look. So the TBM 850 by Black Square, beautiful aircraft. So we're on the ground here at Quiberon, and our plan is to get up and running. So we're going to jump into the cockpit. Hello, cockpit. You're looking well. Isn't it looking well? So we're going to get this thing set up. We need to set up some avionics, and we're going to start off with some fuel. So let me see. We're going to horse in about 90% of fuel, giving us about 261-ish gallons. That'll do. And, well, moving up to the overhead, we're going to turn on the electrical power. Move the circuit straight across. Go back up, you devil. We're going to go battery. And we can see our voltage coming in. We have all sorts of lovely sounds. Generator, leave it off at the moment. Moving down here now. Quick check. Go ahead and cancel the warning lights. We do have the...
Hello there.
Jesus, that was loud. Hello there. Captain Gaiman is here. Good to see you, man. So Captain Gaiman told me the other day, right? He was out and about flying, as he does, and they hit clear air turbulence, right? It threw the plane about 20 degrees off pitch. He went into the ceiling, bashed his shoulder, right? Fairly certain something came out, you know what I mean? Real world flying, lads. Unbelievable, right? So what I've clicked there is you can actually place and remove the wheel chocks. So that's what I've done there now. So next up is going to be close it, the door. Bring in our steps and close the door. And what we're looking for here is a green to show that it's secured and it's made its connection, which it has. And we jump into the front here. I kept the doors up here closed. So quick check. We have our throttle, we have prop, and we have our condition lever. That looks good to me. And everything down here is looking fine. So we're going to proceed to start up the aircraft and, well, get us on our merry way. This aircraft, you got to be careful starting it. It features that of a hot start, so one must be careful. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to our fuel pumps. So let's have a look down here. Let me see. Nav systems are all okay. Bleeds are all okay. Auxiliary fuel pump, we're going to go to auto or on. On, right? Keep it on. That will build the pressure for you. Don't need anything else for the moment. So up here, we're going to go ignition to on, and we're going to engage the starter. Now, before we do that, we're going to bring our prop full, and we're going to wait for the highest possible speed NG on our RPM here before we introduce some fuel. So are we ready? Starter switch engaged. We have spinach. So we monitor the NG. And as fast as we can make this, then we introduce some fuel. So there's about 15. We're looking for about 16%. That'll do her. Fuel in. We're now going to monitor our ITT for a hot start and our NG for a hung start. You don't want to go over kind of 850 degrees, and you want to go over about 50%. So we peak there at around 670. NG continuing to rise. Once we get to 50%, we'll disengage the starter. Something went beep. Did you hear it? So starter's good. Disengage. Any idea what that was? Are we still live? Something broke. I think that was my prompter disconnecting. Hang on, lads. A technical difficulty. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Why does it do that? Right, so, you'll lose me for a second, but I'll be straight back to you. Bear with me. And I'm back to you. It just shut down. All is well. Right, generator. Bring it on. And ignition, go to auto. Generator is on. Go ahead and turn these guys on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Navs, leave them on. And we continue on with our flows. So it's in low idle at the moment. We keep it there for the moment. Auxiliary boost pump goes to auto. We're going to open up the bleeds. Air conditioning, don't worry about that too much for the moment. AP and trims on. Radio master on. And we're going to turn on our HSI here as well. So let me see. Flick switch. All right. Cabin temperature is low. We'll worry about that in a moment. So we're going to reset our barrel set to 1016 hectopascals or 30.00 inches of mercury. When we're looking good, we're looking good. So pitot, stall, and auto select. That's okay. So we'll go pitot. Stall is already done. Inertial separator probably should have been on at the start. Doesn't make a huge difference. Usually you would use the inertial separator in all conditions except for like rain. Do you know what I mean? Right, so cruising altitude for today, we're well set here at around 14,000. We're not going to go much higher. So we can okay this system. Now we're going to go to our flight plan and we'll put this in together, right? So we're starting off here at Quiberon. And we do have a flight plan available over on our Discord. If you want to grab it there, it's available, all right? But if not, we'll do this one by one. So I'm using the GTN 750. This is from PMS 50. This is free. There are some payware features to it. I highly recommend the payware version. I think it's done very, very well. As is the TDS 750. We have two options. Different prices, but I'm going to go with this one. So into flight plan, our origin is Quiberon. So I'm going to put in our next couple of waypoints. So our destination, right? So you're putting in your destination. Your final destination tonight is that over in Mannheim. So it's Echo Delta Foxtrot Mike. That didn't work, Murph. Echo Delta Foxtrot Mike. Mannheim, there we go. And now we're going to add some waypoints between the two, all right? So our first waypoint is going to be Lima, Foxtrot, Oscar, Zulu. Why is that coming up as A? Did I hit A? Zulu. Saint Denis de l'Hôtel or Saint Denis de l'Hôtel. Sounds very nice. Now we're going to add another waypoint, which will be LFSN. Lima, Foxtrot, Sierra, November, SA. That's what our flight plan looks like. So if you go back into our map and we zoom out, it should be matching precisely what it is we're doing. And that's it, all right? And that's it. So let's move on here. We have engine damage modeled on the aircraft. It's all done here with our weather radar, but everything here at the moment looks fine and tickety-boo. So that's all working. We're going to change our course deviation indicator, or CDI. We're going to put it into GPS mode. And on our HSI, it'll show us what we're doing, all right? That's just a warning, probably for our inertial separator. Okay. So we'll turn our heading here, make sure that everything's nice and reset. Yes, it is. That's looking good. Cabin temperature, as I said, is low, but we're not too worried about that. We're going to bring our initial altitude up to about 4,000 feet. We'll arm that. Murphy's flying the TBM. I am. It's the TBM 850. I absolutely love this, right? P.S. Miranda is here. Good to see you. I love this plane, says Robinson Racing. It's really, really good. It's really good. Murph's brain just disconnected. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, no more talkage. Was I just like rambling now and no one could hear me? Go Rome, says Kazaki. Not flying today, but listening and lurking. Great to see you, Kazaki. Hope all is well. Captain Gamer said, yes, change of pants. It was about 20 degrees of bank. What? Jesus, lads. Absolutely nuts. 'Tis nuts, right? Right, we're looking good here now. So we're somewhat set up. Inertial separator. Fuel needs to go to auto select. Auto select up here in our fuel. Inertial separator is on. That's okay. Parking brake is already set. We're going to put on our taxi light. And everything else across the top is good. Everything down here is good. We're squawking VF4 because, well, it's VF4 conditions. All right. And we're going to taxi out to the runway. And once we get out there, then I'll turn on some multiplayer. All right. Why aren't you liking that, Murph? Oh, yeah, I kept it in low idle. Careful now. Let that build up. Come on now, you devil. Did we almost cut out there? We did. Ooh, we have a problem. Parking brake on. What's going on here with the engine? Low prop. Engine condition is good. Interesting. Not liking this. This is something new. That prop needs to come right up. Look at that struggling. I never seen that before. Alright, there we go. Jesus, no idea what happened there. I haven't seen that before though. Right, we're okay. So, power is looking finally good. And we'll start taxiing. That was strange. Now, switch off the inertial separator. No, we can... You're okay on the inertial separator. That's okay. I didn't hear the interview, but I'm kind of hoping that it's archived somewhere. Super Ty, it's available. There's a podcast for it. I'll put up the link in a day or two. And all should be well, right? All should be well.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hammering, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, so we're going to be departing here out of Quiberon. So, just be careful of the old terrain here. I think there is a weather sock. The wind is blowing down the way, which it is. We'll go nice and handy here as we approach the active runway. Go ahead and get our landing lights, strobes. Get them all on. And we're going to back taxi here. Bumpy little airport, this, isn't it? Alright. Weather radar is on. We're walking and we're talking. 1 notch of flaps is going to be used for takeoff. Also want to make sure our trims are set. Let's have a look. So rudder trim out to the right and then elevator trim about there. So we want to get our rudder trim out. Over to the right side. That counteracts the torque or the P factor from the engine, right? From the prop. Does the TBM have VNAV? It does. Bill Barrett says, in Europe, do you need to add 500 to your altitude for VF4? Yes. I don't think it's just in Europe. I think it's everywhere. Old man Goat Hair, good to see you. So if you're flying VF4, if it's... What is it? If it's east and north, it's even numbers. If it's west and south, it's odd numbers. And if you're VF4, it's plus 500 feet. Alright? So in our case, we're flying east, so we're going to go 4,000, but realistically, because we're VF4, it's going to be plus 500. That's 4,500 feet. Alright? Alright, get ourselves turned around here. Beautiful area this, isn't it? This is where Dougal kept his boat. I think it's FSDG who did the scenery. It's not bad, lads. Hamrick says, can you fly with a mouse and keyboard? Yes is the short answer. It can be a little bit difficult, but yes, you can. If you can get yourself an Xbox controller, or if you can pick up like a cheap joystick. Whereabouts are you based, Hammering? Hey, Ruben Sutter is here. Good to see you. Okay, we want a full runway for this one, right? And we have 1 notch of flap deployed. I think that's going to be enough for what I need. So I'm going to line ourselves up here with the runway heading. Thank you. Make sure our heading bug is set, because we're going to be initially flying on heading. Alright? And we'll be doing IES mode here now in a moment when we take off. So final check. Walking, talking, and indeed we're squawking. Okay, guys? Let's go flying. Power coming in. Takeoff power set. Airspeed live. There's 60. There's 80. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb and indicating. Gear up. Top of the toe brakes. Speed 110. Passing 300 feet. Flaps in. We'll go yaw dampener on. And we'll go autopilot on. All right. So, nice climb. GPS is only giving me a message telling me to turn course, but that's quite okay for the moment. So, quick after takeoff check. Bring our power back slightly. We're climbing here like an absolute champ. Beautiful. Okay, guys, let's get some multiplayer up and running. And we'll give it a few moments. Hey, Nutty Slack is here. Good to see you.
Hello there.
Hello there. Kay Mendy, good to see you. Lucas, you're very welcome aboard, Lucas. Even? That's odd, indeed. Okay, nice. We got some multiplayer loading in now, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Look at this. All right, okay, so let's keep an eye on things. Inertial separator is still in. Speed is okay. Altitude is okay. We are going to change our heading, though. So it's a left-hand kind of a circuit, right? So we're going to head over now to... Let's just make it somewhat easy. We're going to go to... In actual fact, we'll go 180 degrees, right? We're going to set 180 degrees. Get a couple of pauses and stutters, no doubt, as we're flying along, but we should be okay. As we're climbing here, all is looking good. Now, we could tell the aircraft, look, give me half bank. That'll really calm everything down in terms of how abruptly the aircraft is going to roll, right? It'll calm it all down. And if you use soft ride, it's soft ride, again, it changes how the aircraft reacts during autopilot. It dampens everything, you know. But yeah. What the BJ's is yaw dampener, so it dampens the yaw effect. So Bad Dog, if you're sitting in a chair that you know, like an office chair that has wheels, and you know the way you can do this crack? Yeah, swivel side to side. That sensation, that's yaw sensation. And when you're in an airplane, well, the thing tends to yaw, right? It yaws. So what the yaw dampener does, it dampens the effect of the yaw impacting on the aircraft. Pretty cool. Right, 4,500 coming up. At this stage, we're going to keep an eye on our prop and our torque. We're going to bring our torque back to roughly 80. And the reason why I'm doing this, once I turn off the inertial separator, that's going to increase my torque by about 16%. Right? So, inertial separator has now been turned off. Let's look at the reaction of the aircraft. See the torque? I had it just under 80. Right? But because that's now closing, you're going to have all this extra kind of power that the engine needs to do. Yeah? So see the way that's increasing? And that's what you need to do in a TBM. You've got to power back ever so slightly and then, you know, disengage the yaw or the inertial separator. That's when you disengage that. I haven't touched the throttles. Look at that. We're almost at 90. So you just got to be aware of that, right? Prop is looking good. NG is looking good. And, well, for our speed, we're now coming up on 200 knots. We can put it into 850 mode. 850 mode will bypass the kind of constraints of 100% on torque. It allows us to go above that, all right? Hey, Patrick Doyle is here. It's good to see you, man. You're kidding, right? So we're doing well. So I'm going to do another turn here, lads. And it won't be a perfect 90 because I want to get us onto that magenta line. So it's a left turn coming in. We'll probably head 060 degrees to intercept our magenta line. 060, and I'm going to arm nav mode. So the aircraft should bring us across there, right? Should bring us across. There's a Muse fan miles out. Wow, look at this. Right, so what we're going to do now, sports fans, well, if you're flying along with us, if you're on the Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're here because, sure, listen, it's Monday and there's not much else on the telly, will you press number 3? Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream for every... I didn't even say it right! We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2000 Zulu time, right here. All right. Great sounds of this yoke, isn't there? So we got 33 on the PC, 4 on console. Thank you very much indeed, Super Ty. Ruben says, what number do we use if it's still loading in? 6 and a quarter. Right? Anna Cross, is good to see you. Stuck before takeoff. I saw the lovely Kaharia is in the chat. Hello, Kaharia. Hope you're well. Right, so quick check on our nav. So we've armed nav. So once we kind of come alongside here, see, we'll look at two things, right? So on our HSI, see this kind of a blue teal line? When this divil starts moving in and lines up, the aircraft will bank to the right. Yeah, that's what we're hoping to do. So if we zoom in here and have a look, we're on an intercept to our magenta line, which of course, that's our route. That's our GPS route. So we're flying by instruments at the moment. Not them sort of instruments. But you'll have a look here, you'll see what we're doing, right? So it's on autopilot. We're monitoring our speed, our power settings, temperatures. Everything is well within its normal operating limits. And we're just waiting now to get ourselves back on track, back on course. Sean Dale, you finally have multiplayer working. Nice, man, nice. So this guy is going to start moving in shortly. You can see it here, our distance to that magenta line. I call it a mile, 2 or 3 miles maybe. Now we also have, see this up here, this is referred to as DME, or distance measuring equipment. So we're about 205 nautical miles away from our first stop. Alright. And again, we're just waiting for this guy to start moving in a little bit closer. Then we'll start adding in a bit of speed, because I think most of you guys are in fast aircraft. So let's see what happens here, right? So see the line starting to move? Can you see that? So as the line is moving, the aircraft is reacting. It's changed our bank. It's now turning us to the right. And this line is going to join up with these two other lines. Obviously, the orange bit in the middle, that's us. That's our airplane. And it's pointing to where the aircraft is actually heading. But once we get on track, it's going to be going roughly, what's that, 09082. Roughly. You can see it there. Our track is 082 degrees. If you come across to here, we can see that we're starting to turn. We also have another visual reference from our lateral guide. See this purple line or the magenta line moving in? Well, that's showing us how far to the right we are or how far to the left we are of that flight plan, of that magenta line. All right? We're doing good. We're doing very good. So, quick check. Cabin temperature is 0 degrees. It's quite cold in here. So let's turn up the divil. Put the fans on high. And that temperature is going to start rising fairly quick. We have a little warning, cabin temperature warning light. It's quite cold. It'd be like, do you know what I mean? Monkey's thumbs, right? So we need to fix that. So this little line is slowly but surely coming in. Now remember, I have it set to soft ride, so that's going to, or half bank, that's going to keep everything a lot calmer. The aircraft will it'll react a lot slower, right? It'll react a lot slower. Now ETA or ETE, estimated time en route to our destination, is about 2 hours at this speed, right? Now we can change all of these options in here as well. If we go into menu and we want to go to change fields, you just click on any of these, right? So distance to our waypoint is 199 nautical miles. So we click on this, we can say, right, well look, give me estimated time to waypoint, 52 minutes. Okay. What if we do it to our, total destination? Let's have a look here. So we can say estimated time at arrival airport, or estimated time to destination. If we do ETA at the destination, we'll arrive at 18:30 local in the sim. Yeah, that just gives you an idea. So you can say, Jesus, what time am I going to arrive there at? Well, we're going to put in estimated time to destination. It's just over 2 hours. That'll start coming down now once we start increasing our airspeed. So we're currently tipping along nicely here at around 195 knots indicated, bang on here. So I'm going to increase that ever so slightly. And we've got to keep an eye on our torque. So I'm going to bring us from about 82% torque right up to 100%. Now we can bypass 100% because I have it in 850 mode. That's a characteristic unique to the TBM 850. So there's 100% on torque. Airspeed is now increasing. We can see that we've now hit 200 knots indicated. And if we have a look at our destination arrival, you can see that time is now dropping. Yeah, this is all Roman stuff for learning. Right?
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
There's things happening! Cyrus T, you absolute divil. He's after gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Cyrus T, thank you very, very much indeed. Ah, Jesus. The support, lads. There's loads of stuff happening. 8 Bar Lee has just subscribed to tier 1. Thank you very, very much indeed. Guys, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Cyrus T, do be sure to say thank you. And Cyrus T, thank you. Now, dude. Then again, poor old Cyrus could have been just like leaning on a button. Oh no! What have I done? More things I might like to set up or something. Anyway. Right, we're cruising nicely. How's everyone ahead of us? You're doing well? Folks behind us, look at this. We got some fast jets, Fugas, PC-21s, an L-39. Beautiful. Zythi in a 414. Right? QC Frank is in the XF-11. Nice. That should be comfortable at around 200 knots, shouldn't it? So how's our internal temperature doing? Bugger all. So put the air conditioning on now. That temperature is on full whack. We need hot air in here, right? So aircon is now running. Temperature is now 1 degree, and that's going to start rising. I would expect this gadget will fix itself at around 15 or 16 degrees Celsius, right? Patrick said, that scared the bejesus out of me, right? Viper is flying to Kai Tech using the infamous IGA-13 approach. Wish me luck. We're all counting on you. Fantastic. Right, so we're going to get into some of our notes for this evening, right? We're going to set the old scale. Last week, we finished up when Caesar, battling against... Can anyone remember the tribe? Battling against this seafaring tribe in the regions of Brittany today in modern France, but of course Gaul back in the day, right? And it was a naval assault, naval warfare, which was something that the Romans weren't particularly good at, but, you know, that's what they did, right? That's what they did. The Veneti, that was them. Easy now, Murph, easy now. So we're going to move on, right? In 55 BC, the tranquility of Rome's Gallic territories was shattered by Germanic tribes crossing the Rhine. Caesar, halting his plans to invade Britain, turned his attention eastward to secure the border. German tribes began crossing the Rhine River, and they were running around the countryside, causing all sorts of messing. Often encouraged by the local Gaul tribes. You see, they said, well, if we bring these German lads in, that's going to create all sorts of whatsits for the Romans. Sure, come on in, our German cousins. That's exactly what happened. What Caesar figured out, he knew that the Germans would have no fear of any reprisal as long as they believed that the Rhine River was some sort of a magical barrier to Roman advancement. The Germans were never worried that the Romans would ever get to the Rhine. However, Caesar decided to put lie to that particular myth, understanding that the optics demanded for something altogether more spectacular than crossing all of his legions in mere boats. No, Caesar ordered a massive bridge to be built across the Great River, in what is widely acknowledged as one of the great feats in the history of military engineering. The Rhine is up to 10 meters deep in places, and it's very wide. Caesar said, we'll build a bridge. Caesar's army designed and built this bridge in just 10 days. 400 meters long, lads, right? It was stable in the rushing water, and it was strong enough to sustain over 40,000 troops that Caesar had intended marching into Germania. The bridge was an architectural masterpiece, but more importantly, for Caesar's immediate concerns, it scared the crap out of the Germans. They were like, what? He built a bridge! Run away! Run away! Right? You see, they had felt themselves completely safe on their side of the river, secure in the knowledge that if the Romans were, well, they were concerned that the Romans were probably A, too afraid to invade Germania, B, they would be easy targets if they tried to cross the river in boats, and C, they wouldn't be able to build a bridge quick enough that the Germans wouldn't be able to mass an army and go out and attack them. But in the time it took the German scouts to notice that the bridge was being built and reported back to their chiefs, the Romans were already hammering in the final nails. When the next round of scouts arrived to see how they were getting on with the construction, they were forced to immediately turn around and report the unbelievable news that there were Romans now in Germania, in German, in Germania, right? The Romans had now set foot. The Germans panicked and they retreated into the dense forests. Caesar spent about 3 weeks marching around Western Germany without encountering any heavy resistance. Believing that he made his point, he ordered his troops back across the Rhine and had the bridge burned, just because he could. The Germans did not miss the point. Rome could go where it wanted, when it wanted, and it was best not to forget that. Despite the time he had spent on his detour into Germania, Caesar was determined to launch at least a preliminary expedition to Britain by the end of the year. The Germans never came back across the Rhine then. That was it. They're just like, nah, we're not doing that. Yeah, forget it. Not going to happen. No. And like, we're going to look at tonight a little bit when it comes to Roman architecture and engineering, right? So most of their engineering, it was based on what the Greeks had done. That was kind of their foundation, to use that terrible word, but right, because foundation, we're getting onto concrete. But the Romans kind of added to what the Greeks had already taught them. And the Romans had some just incredible building techniques. When we think about it, of all the structures and things left over by the Romans, a lot of them are still around today. Probably the most notable are the Roman roads. The Romans built...
Dougal, have you been drinking?
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
The Romans built such incredible roads, and how they built them was fascinating because we pretty much used the same technique today. They had areas off the side, ditches to allow water to flow. They actually built cambers on the road so water could directly flow off it. And they were reinforced with concrete. They had sediment and sand and stone, and then heavy concrete put down on top of it. While we're on the subject of concrete, well, that was something that the Romans perfected. They had a very advanced form of concrete 2,000 years ago. This Roman concrete is the very reason we have so many structures that remain in place today. And this technology, this style of using concrete, after the Romans fell way later, in hundreds of years later, this technology or this way of using concrete kind of disappeared with them. In fact, it wasn't until Victorian Britain that this method of construction was used again, right? So Roman concrete. Now, you'll have to excuse me Latin here, right? But it was called cementium or cementicum, right? It was revolutionary building materials developed by the ancient Romans and played a crucial role in the construction of various architectural marvels, including aqueducts, bridges, harbours, and of course monumental structures like the Colosseum and the Pantheon. Roman concrete was renowned for its durability, strength and longevity, with many of the structures built with it still standing today. The key ingredients of this concrete were as follows. They used volcanic ash. It was called pozzolana, right? The primary binder in Roman concrete was a volcanic ash called pozzolana. It was sourced from volcanic regions such as the Pozzolui near Naples, pozzolana. When it was mixed with lime and water, it underwent a chemical reaction known as the pozzolanic reaction, forming calcium silicate hydrate, CSH, and calcium aluminate hydrate, CaH, compounds. These compounds provided cohesion and strength to the concrete mixture. It made it waterproof, meaning the Romans could actually build concrete structures underwater. Like, this was like miles ahead in terms of technology. Lime, another essential component, typically derived from limestone or chalk. Lime acted as the binding agent when mixed with water, forming calcium hydroxide, which then reacted with the pozzolana to create a durable cementitious material. Various types of aggregates were added to the concrete mixture to enhance its strength and reduce shrinkage. Aggregates could include materials such as crushed stones, gravel, and even sand. These particles provided bulk to the concrete mixture and helped distribute the binding agents evenly. And then, water. Water was essential for the hydration process, facilitating the chemical reactions between the pozzolana and lime, and the amount of water added to the mixture was carefully controlled to achieve the desired consistency and workability of concrete. The unique properties of Roman concrete, such as its ability to set underwater and its resistance to seawater, made it particularly suitable for maritime construction projects like harbours, docks and seawalls. The pozzolanic reaction also contributed to the self-healing properties of Roman concrete, allowing it to repair cracks and maintain its structural integrity over time. Isn't that absolutely friggin' nuts? Something we just wouldn't really, spend a second thought on. Do you know what I mean? Roman concrete? Who cares? Now, the Romans didn't question why was that a thing. They didn't care so much about the philosophy behind why does that work. They just knew it worked. You know what I mean? People who thought more about why things worked, well, you'd have to look at the likes of, say, Archimedes and all these sort of lads.
Hello there.
They wanted to understand, well, what are the physics? How did this work? Why does it work? Do you know what I mean? Fly with Max, you're very welcome aboard. Thank you very much indeed for the follow. What do you think of that, though? Isn't it nuts? I wonder if there is a statue of Aquaman's donkey on the top of Trojan's monument. The Skoda's amazing engineering was created by the Romans. Then the Germans learned how to master the engineering. There you go. Isn't it mad, though, isn't it? Energizer is here. It's good to see you, Energizer. That's a nice flight pass we're getting. But isn't it nuts when you think about it, right? So they used this pozzolana. And I remember watching a documentary years ago, and they tried to recreate creating Roman concrete by using these materials. They had the pozzolana, they had the lime, they mixed it with water, and overnight it made a structure. Overnight. That was it. Done and dusted. Now they have this incredible strong concrete. Do you know what I mean? And like when we say like that technology or that strategy, what's the other word I'm looking for? But that sort of style of making concrete, when, as I said, the Romans kind of, fizzled out, that type of technology went missing for hundreds of years, over 1,000 years, in fact. It's incredible when you think about it. And like, when we look about, okay, well, that was what the Romans were doing, but what was happening in other places of the world? Well, you'd have to kind of point your eyes towards China, for example, right? The Chinese, for example, well, okay, they didn't have pozzolana, but when it came to their building or engineering ingenuity, they had the wheelbarrow. Huh? Imagine if the Romans had the wheelbarrow. Would have changed the face of the whole thing altogether. Do you know what I mean? We're one to make a statue of Aquaman's donkey, then Roman concrete will be good material, waterproof and all. A great bunch of lads. I think it's fascinating. And like, then when you look at some of the buildings that the Romans managed to do, like, as I said, most of them are standing today. The Pantheon is there. The walls, the original city walls of Rome are still there. The Colosseum is still there, mostly. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many buildings and structures, they're still there to this day. That's over 2,000 years ago. And you're not talking blocks. You're talking about, like, concrete. Do you know? So fascinating. But anyway, we move on. Have you ever heard of a hippocaust or hypocaust? The Romans. It was a system of central heating used in ancient Roman buildings, particularly in baths and villas. The word comes from the Greek word meaning hypo, under, and kain, meaning to burn. The hypocaust system typically consisted of a series of raised floors supported by pillars or stacks of tiles. Underneath these raised floors, a furnace or hearth would be built, usually in a separate room or chamber. A network of flues or channels would distribute hot air from the furnace throughout the building, passing underneath the raised floors and heating them in the process. The hot air would then rise through gaps or vents in the wall, warming the rooms above. This allowed for a more efficient and even distribution of heat compared to other heating methods. The system was particularly popular in Roman bathhouses, where it provided a comfortable environment for bathing and socializing, and even during the colder months. It also found use in villas and wealthy homes, where it added to the luxury and comfort of daily life. The invention of the hypocaust system represented a significant technological advancement in ancient heating and ventilation systems. This was underfloor heating. These lads were doing it 2,000 years ago. Underfloor heating. Would you get out and what? Could you imagine? Underfloor heating 2,000 years ago. You ask a builder now, yeah, I'd like underfloor. Jez, can't do that. Oh, no, can't be doing. Well, 2,000 years ago, the Romans were at it. Mad, lads. Absolutely friggin' mad, right? But wait, we have more, right? So the Roman roads, and I've pictured, we'll have a look at some pictures here now in a moment. But the Roman roads, I've already touched on this, but the extensive network of interconnected highways and thoroughfares constructed by the ancient Romans throughout the vast empire, well, roads played a crucial part in facilitating communication, trade, and most importantly, military movement. Right? Roman roads were meticulously engineered to withstand the test of time and environmental challenges. They were designed with a distinctive combination of layers to ensure durability and stability, and the typical construction process involved several layers, including foundation of levelled earth, layers of stones, gravel, and then finally a layer of fitted stones or paved blocks. Did you ever hear the name the Appian Way? Right? So your man who built the Appian Way, Appian, right? It was said later on in life he became blind, but he was able to measure the quality of a road by simply moving his foot over the surface.
Welcome to my secret underground
layer. He would know if the road was of good quality or not simply by running his foot over it to see how smooth the surface was. Like, we see Roman roads today and they're all like up all over the shop. They're all, do you know what I mean? The blocks are all burst out of it and all that. Back in the day, these were as smooth as you can imagine. And it's just over hundreds of years of like the earth moving and all this sort of jazz. Well, they've eventually popped. But there's a number of modern roads. A lot of the road systems in Europe are actually built on the foundation of once was a Roman road. You often hear the saying, all roads lead to Rome. They kind of actually did, because they started in Rome and sprawled out. All the Via Appia, all these roads, right? That's where they came from. Roman roads were typically straight and well aligned, right? And they did this for a couple of reasons. Reflecting the Romans' mastery of surveying and also their geometric principles, milestones and way stations were erected along the roads to provide travellers with distance markers, directions, and rest stops. Could you imagine the Roman equivalent to bookies? Could you imagine it, lads? Absolutely nuts. The Roman government was responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of the roads. They employed teams of skilled labourers, engineers, and of course slaves. And the tasks included cleaning debris, filling in potholes, repairing damaged sections, and reinforcing vulnerable areas. The efficiency of the Roman road system relied on prompt repairs and constant maintenance to ensure safe and smooth travel. It's absolutely nuts. Roman roads, they weren't only physical arteries of the empire, they were symbols of Roman innovation, ingenuity, and also its administrative prowess. Absolutely bananas, lads, isn't it? Have you ever seen Roman roads? You ever get to walk on a Roman road? He's talking about the roads now. Another thing the Romans were absolutely keen on, it was the use of arches. They knew that structures could sustain more weight simply by using an arch in its design, right? Romans extensively used arches in their construction projects, employing them in aqueducts, bridges, and of course, monumental structures. Arches distribute weight efficiently, allowing for the construction of larger and more stable structures. The use of keystones at the apex of the arch helps to evenly distribute the load downward and outward along the curve of the arch. Arches allowed Romans to create expansive interior spaces without the needs for bulky or support columns, enabling the construction of the grandiose structures like amphitheatres, the basilicas, even the triumphal arches. The Roman arch was characterised by its semicircular shape, constructed from the wedge-shaped stones or bricks known as the, I think it's pronounced vusiors, The keystone at the top of the arch locks the stone in place and provides all the stability. Roman arches. It's absolutely nuts. Did the Romans invent cappuccino? Jeez, I don't know. I think the Irish invented that. Don't act like you're not impressed. But yeah, isn't it fascinating stuff? Like, who'd have known, lads? Who'd have known the Romans got up to all of this? Do you know what I mean? But we have more, right? Where is it now? The Colosseum, for example. Flavian's Theatre, as it was called back in the day. We know it now as, of course, as the Colosseum, right? Built in... Well, they started it around 70 AD, give or take. And it was finished by around 79, 80 AD. It was built on the demolished palace of Nero. Right? Nero was the 5th emperor of Rome. And they said, you know, Nero played his fiddle while Rome burned to the ground and all this. When me and Mr. Two-Tone, we were in Rome the last time, we went and visited Nero's palace. Right? And it was absolutely incredible. Hard hat, head torch, underground. Nero's palace was absolutely friggin' massive. Right? And we got to explore it. And part of the palace where it stretched out, you could see where Nero had this massive man-made lake. And there he had a giant colossus of himself. Think of the Statue of Liberty, only like nuts, right? But anyway, the Colosseum, or Flavian's Theatre, was built over that kind of man-made lake. Crazy. The Colosseum, by the way, in its day could hold up about 80,000 people. You talk about, you know, sports stadiums today, 80,000? Jesus, right? Crazy. The Circus Maximus, just beside the Colosseum, right? Largely dedicated to chariot racing, was even larger. That thing held crowds up to 250,000 people, some 250,000 people. And according to some accounts, about 150 was probably more accurate. However, beginning around 50 BC, Julius Caesar and Augustus, or Octavian, the first emperor, helped develop it from a single racing track into the largest stadium in the world. Caesar was involved in that. The Circus Maximus. The Great Circus, that's what it was, yeah? The Irish invented all types of coffee. We did. Mary Beard is only trotting behind you. Mary Beard is brilliant. If you ever get if you're into any sort of Roman history, and any history really, but Mary Beard in particular, she did a great documentary called Meet the Romans. It was like a 3-part series, but she looks at what it was like to be us back then. Do you know what I mean? It's how do we see kind of daily life comparing it to what we have to do today? It's a great insight into Roman life. Mary Beard is very, very good. Yeah. Very, very good. You can get all her stuff on YouTube a lot of the time. And she's on Netflix, I think, or Amazon. And she's a number of books as well. Really, really good. Mary Beard is really good. Very, very interesting. If you're into that sort of thing, do you know? Now, here's the gas thing, right? We spoke about the arch and all of this, right? The Romans didn't invent the arch, but some say they perfected it. A lot of this stuff came from the Greeks, right? Arches, in fact, were first used in the 2nd millennium BC in Mesopotamia. We were out that neck of the woods. It's out kind of by the Euphrates and the Tigris. It's out Iraq neck of the woods in Iran, yeah? Anyway, where is it here now? The technique was mastered by the ancient Romans who used arches in bridges, aqueducts, and even domestic buildings. Yes, we got that one, right? Aqueducts. So, Roman aqueducts, for which you have is it the Augustus Aqueduct? I forget the names of them, but there's still an aqueduct in use today in Rome. I think there's 2 or 3 of them, but one of them is fully functioning, and I think it takes water from like 14 kilometers away, right? Why does that thing keep shutting down? It wasn't doing that the last time, was it? The little prompter isn't working. I can't stand coffee. Give me tea any day. Which the Irish also invented. Yeah, great recovery. Great recovery. Yeah, I think my prompter keeps turning off here, lads. I'll need to fix that. But anyway. Aqueducts, right? So, one of the aqueducts still takes water from about 14 kilometers away, and it's still feeding the Trevi Fountain. It still feeds the Piazza Novana, the fountains out there. It's still bringing water. 2,000 years later, it still works. That's fascinating. Now, I don't know how clean the water would be. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's still fascinating. But when you consider aqueducts, an aqueduct it would start off at the highest point, and over a series of miles and miles, the elevation of where the water starts to where it finishes was so precise. There was no immediate rush on water. Like, I think, was it a foot every 1,000 meters? Something along that sort of crazy level of, like, spirit level. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely nuts, right? But of course, they're using gravity to use the flow of water. They use gravity instead of pumps. I mentioned Archimedes earlier on, right? This genius, do you know what he did back in the day? Archimedes of Syracuse, he was Greek, effectively, right? Genius, this fella. This is your man who said Eureka. Eureka! You know, I found it, or I found it, or there it is, or I have it, whatever it is. Eureka, right? That's Archimedes. And he figured that one out one day by getting into the bath. Getting into the bath, right? He hopped into the bath. But what he realized, when he got into the water, right? Well, the water kind of went up and out. Displacement. He figured it out. Water displacement. Eureka, right? Anyway, Archimedes had an invention. He built an invention, right? And to this day, we know it as Archimedes' screw, right? Huh? Yeah. But basically, this piece of technology was designed as a giant screw, and as it turned, it was able to move water or bodies of water up the way, right? Do you ever see it? I'll show you, look. Archimedes screw, look. That's the idea. Now, Archimedes, he was a genius, this fella, and at the time, he was on the side of the Greeks when the Romans were attacking. You're talking whatever, I think it was, I don't know what was the year, 300 BC or 200 BC? When was he alive? 287 BC, right? Syracuse. But, like, the stuff this fella came up with, when you think about it, this is more than 2,000 years ago. So the Romans, later on after this, with their aqueducts, right? They were using gravity and water coming down. Archimedes, the genius, was able to come up with a way of using a screw, Archimedes' screw, to bring water up. It's mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Also, this genius, heat ray, the heat ray. This guy came up with a heat ray as defensive measures against attackers. And if anyone watched Game of Thrones, so there's an episode in Game of Thrones where, like, you know, what's his name? Peter Dinklage, some defense of the city, right? And they use all sorts of bejesus to, you know, fend off the attackers. It's kind of loosely based on the Battle of Syracuse. But anyway, what Archimedes was able to do, he came up with all these mad and mysterious weapons, right? The heat ray. Well, he knew that the sun had all this energy and it was hot. What he used to do, he'd use mirrors and point these giant mirrors to bounce and reflect the sunlight and point them into the sails and also the wooden platforms of enemy ships. Right? Nuts. Now, did they actually combust? Did they burst into flames? Couldn't tell you. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Maybe he added something to the mirror. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But that's the level of genius you're dealing with here. And that's only one weapon. He did lots of other stuff. Lots of other stuff. Anything from landmines to, like, friggin' he had an early idea of a like a giant rifle. Mad, right? That was him. And what's different, I suppose, with Archimedes versus the Romans? Well, Archimedes, he was more about questioning. Why does it do this? How does it do this? The Romans were just, it does it well, let's keep doing it. Or, you know, let's make it better. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely fascinating stuff, though. LFOZ, we're nearly there at our first stop. But yeah, the Roman roads, I think, were one of the most important. You know? Flash Gordon had heat rays. There he goes. The Greek version of SDI. There you go. The guy was Stephen Hawking of his time. Really was bad dog. Still uses today the conveyors. Iron knob, yes they do. Archimedes discovered the idea of the lever, but he didn't invent the wheelbarrow. But did he invent the wheelbarrow? I don't believe so. The wheelbarrow, I think, was already in use in China at the time. Ulrika was good in her. Do you remember Ulrika Johnson, Bad Dog? Yeah. Mad. And the claw to grab ships out of the water. Yep. Like these guys, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's 2,000 years ago. And like we'll look at these things now. Like you look at some of the Roman weapons, like the ballista and all this sort of stuff, and we can say, yeah, sure, it's like a giant catapult, right? It's basically a crossbow. That's effectively what it is. But back then, they hadn't a clue what it was. They just knew this works, you know. Landmines, yeah. So there was a way of using landmines. In fact, even the Romans, they were able to. They had their. When I say landmines, they're different now than like friggin' claymores, right? But the idea behind it was. The Romans were able to build tunnels, fierce lads for building tunnels under enemy lines, but they'd booby trap them. They'd actually dig out, what were they called? They were effectively drops they'd dig out. And the idea would be the enemy is moving, they drop through and they get caught. And, you know, it was a booby trap as we'd call it, but they were their version of landmines, do you know? Then there were other ways of doing it. They had... later on, with the Romans again constructing and kind of flexing their building genius at the Battle of Alesia. Well, they built 2 11-mile perimeter walls, fortifications, right? But anyway, they had areas that they could. To explain it in the most basic ways, think of like an 8x4 platform of wood, a giant bit of plywood, and on it there were spikes, right? But when the thing pulled up to expose the spikes, it would launch arrows and sharp things and stones. And think of a claymore mine. It was an early version of that. And they'd use horses to run in opposite directions. And screws would turn. They'd act as like kind of pulleys. I think Archimedes invented the pulley system as well. I'm almost certain of it. Do you know? But yeah. Yeah, NFL watch, so need bed. Sean Dale, quite okay. I also use pigs and set mines. Alight. The pigs would die and create pig fat that burned very well. Jesus. Just to be clear, the Romans had neither coffee nor the wheelbarrow, but were able to run a huge empire. Yeah. I can only get 187 out of the FSR 500. Iron knob, 187. Sounds about right. TBM definitely has the legs compared to the FSR in terms of speed. Do you know? Right, we're doing well here now. We're coming up to Lima Fox Oscar Zulu, our first stop of the night. And how are we getting on here now? 9:30. So quick check on all our systems on the aircraft. So, prop is good. Torque is good, NG is good, ITT is good, engine temperature, oil pressure, all looking good. Pressurization is all looking good. I think we're good. But Jesus, I never reset me rudder. That's going to have a bit of an impact on the plane, but that's okay. What else do we need to keep an eye on here? I suppose it would be our fuel. So... plenty of fuel on board, and see the way you have this fuel selector is set to auto or manual, right? Well, you can put it in manual and then shift, but basically what it is, there's a device behind here. See this guy here? Well, this is your tank selector, and because we have it set, and this is a feature of the real aircraft, because it's set to automatic, I think it's every 15 minutes, that'll move from the right, and this whole unit just turns across and it goes into the left position. I think it's every 15 minutes, right? Now we just need rail to make the Piper M700. Ooh. Rule of thumb. Whatever Murph recommends, add about 40 or 50 knots to it. Just put a whole load of wind behind you. It'll be grand, lads. It'll be grand. Loads of wind. Nothing like it. Do you know? Hang on, lads. So that'll move in about whatever cycle it's currently on, yeah? And then, of course, we have all the lighting options inside here as well. This is a cracking plane, lads. Cracking plane. Beautiful. But yeah. November 321. Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. But, you ever gone to... Everyone been in Rome? Hands up. One's in chat if you've ever visited Rome. If you've been in the city. One of my favourite cities in the world. I would say... quite a few of you have been to Rome. Jesus, look at that. Hummingbird, Sunjammer, Rambog, Willow, Dougal, Lima, Devil Dude, Martel, Soaring AJ. Nice. Right, we're getting close to our first stop of the night. Let's have a quick look here on the airport. Do you see the news there from Navigraph as well? They're updating the devil. Right, Orléans, Saint-Denis de l'Hôtel. We're going to come in runway 05. So it's straight in. Straight in. Now if that's going to be, let me see, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're alright for time. Well, I say we're alright for time. We're ish for time. We'll be grand. I've been to Rome, Georgia. Ooh, never left the USA. Ooh. I always wanted to see Rome, but I haven't made it so far. It's amazing. Coke 276. Good to see you. He goes, hiya from Waterford, Murph. At least the Romans had some sense. They never invaded Ireland. They sent a few scouts, but thought we were too mad. They called us Hibernia, the land of eternal winter. And I say they probably got one look at Paddy O'Shaughnessy and said, no. Let's leave those other mad devils alone. Do you know? But yeah, they never came to Ireland. A bit of trade certainly would have came here, but nothing under the dominion of Rome. You know, we would have traded a lot, of course, at the time over in Britain. So Roman stuff has, you know, popped up in Ireland, but it was never invaded. Well, it's hard to say, right? You could say Rome never invaded Ireland, yet the religious belief system in Ireland is heavily Catholic. It's Christian. And, well, Roman Catholics is the religion in use. And that technically came from the Papal State, the Vatican, in which the title of the Pope is the Pontifex Maximus. So, I mean, you could probably argue, right, you know, the Roman Republic nor Empire certainly didn't invade Ireland, or invade. That's probably a heavy word to use. But in terms of culture, I think it did. There are people dressed as gladiators who offer to take your picture. Then they charge you a massive amount of money, or they won't give you your phone back. You don't fall for that though. You need to tell them who's boss. Just start roaring at them. Do you know? Or do the Irish thing. You know, give them a greeting that only you can understand. But grind your teeth as you say it. Do you know? Okay, so we're on approach here for first stop of the night. Lima Foxtrot Oscar Zulu.
Hello there.
That's going to be a straight in. So we're going to drop our altitude now. We're going to go down to 1,500 feet. We're going to put it into, let me see, off half bank. We're going to put it into, let me see, V-speed. So we're going to arm 1,500 and we're going to drop 1,000 feet per minute. We're going to bring our power back. Make sure our lights are on. Lights are on. And let's see what happens here, sports fans. So 37 miles out, we'll get down a little bit lower just so we can see what's going on. Do you know what I mean? And let's see what happens. Captain McCoy, thank you very much indeed for the follow. You're very welcome in. My stupid ex-husband did when we visited on our honeymoon. Uh-oh. Ireland had Celtic Christian Church, then St. Patrick came over to bring the Church of Rome. Wanders back into Murph to... Hang on, wait. Epic says, wanders back into Murph... Oh, no, wait. Find Murph on approach to stop number 1 after about the 2-hour mark. We're going to go fast on the next leg. Just saying, we can probably get about 250 out of this aircraft. Let's see what happens, right? So we're descending nicely here. We got about an hour and a half left of flying. We're pretty much on the lee roadie in terms of time, but we might just speed it up a little bit, right? This is awesome. So many awesome aircraft. FALs, TBMs, F-16s. Loads of TBMs out tonight. PC-12, PC-21. MB339s, Fugas, Spitfire, XF-11. Beautiful, lads. Absolutely beautiful. I'll be waiting on the ground with a set of spanners to start taking out the seats to save you weight. Excellent choice. Yes, that's what we want. But yeah, it's super cool, this, isn't it? I love the fact that you, and again, like I've said this before, right? But I love the fact we can explore all of this in the sim. Because we're flying over 1,000 feet to go. We're flying over the areas that have this kind of historical significance to them. Is that a fire break in the forest? Or is it just a glitch? Interesting. But it's pretty cool, isn't it? It's nuts. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay, bring the speed up here a little bit. 30 miles out. Let's see what happens here. Right, time for a bit of music. We'll do another count. So who's still here with us? If you're on the Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're here just thinking, it's Monday, it's far away to Friday, you press number 3 and it'll make the week go quicker.
Hello there.
The roars of a TBM being accompanied by a couple of Raphaels and, you know, an MB339. I mean, there's a lot to be said for it, lads. You know what I mean? Incredible. Exponent Mage, good to see you. The real November 851 Tango Bravo had a bullet hole in the roof, which was patched. Has it been modelled? I don't believe so. But yeah, I did see that. It was. You couldn't see it from the cabin. It was more on the top. So anyone who follows Steve01 Knievo, right? Absolute incredible YouTuber. He's a pilot. You know, he used to fly the TBM. Most of his content is on the TBM 850. He flew a Grand Caravan. He flew a Kodiak. He now has a new job, and part of that job is flying a TBM. Is that 950, I think, or a 940? So he's doing a little bit of that. He also has been flying a Vision Jet as well. He's got part-time work, but he's absolutely brilliant. Gaseous Maximus says, my uncle circle Maximus, but could he get round? Or get around? Coke 276, thank you very, very much indeed, man. Cheers. Super Ty says 34 on the PC and 5 on console. Get him on your stream. Oh, I've reached out to him, don't you worry. But we have a huge clash of like schedules. Do you know? He's usually working this time of the day. But if you haven't already, just do a search, Stevio1, the number 1, Knievo. He's one of my favourite content creators. One of my favourite pilots I've watched. I've watched all his streams, or all his videos. Really, really good. And he got to fly November 851 Tango Bravo for years, lads. And if you see this Rambog moored dial that we have, that dial we have just over here, that's from watching Steve-O's channel. And of course then Rambog was able to make it for us. Because he's a legend and he's brilliant. Right, we're going to follow on the river a little bit. Then the runway is going to appear just where Toto is. So we're doing well. Stevio 1 Canevo. So I'll put it in the chat. Stevio 1 Canevo. I forgot the O. Just put an O at the end of that. Brilliant, lads. Really, really good. Great content. You'll watch it for friggin' ages. You'll binge watch it. It's very, very good. Man, this is beautiful. So this is Orléans. Orléans. And, well, in America they have New Orleans, of course, or New Orleans. I had one job, Muse. I had one job. I did only have one job tonight, and he made a mess of it. Well, feck. There's no other words. There's no other words. But this is kind of pretty. This is all Black Shark AI, but it looks the job, right? Okay. So we want to be, we're going to fly straight in. We'll bring our speed back here now in a jiffy. You can learn a lot about the TBM startup watching Steve-O. Oh yeah, paparazzi the whole time. The whole time. Jinx. News fan, you've just been jinxed by Hummingbird. Or if there are many words, you just can't use them. Yes, indeed. Many words, right? Speaking of which, Scott, you are aware of the Flight Sim Expo headache with Tropicana, I'm sure. Or are you? I reckon they're going to go to the Rio. I haven't been talking to you in ages, so I just want to make sure, you know, we're aware of the thing with the yoke with the thing. By the way, the views I have set up in this aircraft, they're the very same as what Steve-O has. By the way. The Rio's looking good? Brilliant, okay. Meanwhile, you had bad spelling 2 Fridays ago, says Super Tie to Muse. And then Muse is like, and I got slated for it. Yeah, short and stew it. Calm down, love. Have a nice pint of stew it. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, things need to start happening. Where's the runway? Is that it there? That's it there. Okay, aircraft. Power coming back. Autopilot off. Yaw dampener off. Inertial separator on. Landing. Oh, Jesus. Landing lights are on. And we'll take it nice and easy. Our first stop of the night, lads. Jesus. Freddie Bumpy Murphy, go handy. Power's coming down nicely. Speed 150. 140. Master caution for the inertial separator. Let's go gear down. Get ourselves set up here for our landing. Monitor the landing gear lights. Waiting for 3 greens. 3 greens, gear down and locked. Notch of flaps. Speed 120, looking good. Got a 3 knot crosswind coming in here, but we should be okay.
Hello there.
Hello there. Keen Lafford, good to see you, Keen. In other news, says Rambog, the new NVIDIA drivers actually feel a bit smoother. Oh, nice. Great news. Okay, easy does it, Murph. Bringing that speed down. About 110. Turning onto final now. Second notch of flaps. Get the speed right down. We're going to aim for around 90. Decision height, we're landing.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
One of these days, I'm actually going to bite me lip or tongue doing that because it makes me jump. Oh, Jesus, watch your... Jesus! Don't stall. Don't stall, Murph. I nearly stalled, but we're all right now. Jesus, that was close. Easy. Oh, it's windy. Easy. Easy.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
Okay, touchdown zone in sight. Easy now. Get her down. Contact. 85 will take it. Into beta. There's beta. She didn't want to play. Now it's playing. Flops in. Out of beta. Continue taxi. And we'll just exit here to the left. Get ourselves turned around. We might have to take on a shot of fuel. We should be okay. I saw a UFO in the sky a few minutes ago. Did you, Keen? What was the piano riff out of Close Encounters? Do, 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 do. Remember that? I saw a UFO from Aliens. Jesus Keen. Gandhi. Missionary Bush Pilot and Steve Owen Knievo and Jimmy's World and Rebuild Rescue. Keith Farrell, yes. Did you see that Sam passed away from Rebuild Rescue? He had a crash. Well, Tani, you take care and thank you so much for flying along with us, my guy. Right, so I'm just looking at our time. Our second stop it won't be a stop. It's going to be a quick touch and go. How's that, lads? So we'll do a touch and go at Lima Fox Sierra in November. But then we're going to stop once we get to Germany as we cross the Rhine. All right? So we're just taxiing back here. Don't mind all the planes on the screen. It's still highly realistic. Ah! Even though, look at the, yes, lovely floor. Oh, Jesus, no. The beautiful ceiling. Yes, yes, yes. Right, easy does it. Bring those flaps in. It's carnage. Totally fine, lads. We won't worry about it now at all, right? At all. So if you'd like to come flying with us, it's good old crack. Exclamation point server lets you know what server we're on. We're on the Southeast Asian. Exclamation point route will show you the route. There's a Spitfire. I just caused millions of euros worth of damage. And if you don't know how to get yourself set up on multiplayer, if you put in exclamation point how to multiplayer, it'll give you a link to YouTube and you'll see then how to get ourselves up and running. I was looking up, then I saw a bright white circle moving over and back really quickly. Suddenly it zoomed up. That's nuts, Keen. Sleep with one eye open tonight. I'm just saying they might come back, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to be rude here and skip the posse because we need to get up. One notch of flaps for takeoff. 4.5 feet is going into the gadget. We're going to arm that. Don't mind me, lads. Hello, hello, hello. Right, Murphy has burst onto the scene and it's time to go flying again. You know me, lads. I'm a stickler for realism. Right, okay. Are we ready? I think so. Murphy, you don't have the livery... Wait, you don't have the Liverpool livery installed in the TBM. Do you not? Power coming in. Speed alive. Easy, Murph. There's 80. There's 90. Yep, see Daisy. Positive rate of climb. Great balls of fire. Gear up. Flaps in. Yaw dampener on. Autopilot. IAS mode. Climb, you devil. There we go. Swalker says, so what plane should I jump into considering I'll have to catch up? A fast one, no doubt. Probably. The Limbic says the NTSB are looking into rebuild rescue. It looks as though it was the first flight of a plane since being in their shop. So far, the NTSB reckons some sort of engine failure. Oh, dude. It crashed like 2 minutes after takeoff. Not forgetting I follow your Murph GA all the way. That's what we like to hear. If the Russians looking for me, they want me back, says Keen. It'd be grand. QC Frank, I do have it installed. I don't know why it's not working. I do have the XF11 installed. No idea why she's not working. Model matching, Microsoft Flight Sim, you know how this goes. Right, we're climbing like an absolute boss here. Watch our torque. Stick her back into A50 mode. Oh, yes. Inertial separator, good luck to you. Cabin temperature 26 degrees. Get down a smidgen. Climbing at 2,000 feet per minute. We're going up to 4.5. There's 1,000 feet to go. Warning. And we're on our way. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Tarnish, are you in the Embraer? Are you in the Phenom? Fearing Ace, yeah, it's sad about Sam. DeBlaze is here. Good to see you, DeBlaze. It was the second flight after the plane's initial ferry flight. They had worked incredibly closely with the FAA while rebuilding the aircraft. Very sad. The Phenom 100, nice. Nice. So yeah, I still have all these review videos coming out. I hope you're liking them. There's another one coming out on Saturday. Jesus, I can't remember now which one it is. And what else? Oh yeah, our IFR stuff, progressing well with that as well. If you like reading, well, I hope you like reading. There's going to be a bit of reading in this. Okay, so we've reached our cruise altitude and 4,500 feet. So we're going to do a touch and go. It's 170 miles. Lima Foxtrot Sierra November. But we're going to kind of half punch it here, Chewy. So I'm going to bring the speed up a little bit for this leg, lads, right? So we're going to go 120% on our torque. We won't exceed it. Prop is holding us in. That's good. We should get about 210, 20, 225 indicated. That's what I'm hoping for. Inertial separator is off. And everything else is working very well. 24 degrees internal cabin temperature. And let's see, 159 miles to go. 38 minutes. 250 knots. Over the ground. So let's see what happens. Reading? That's beyond my capabilities. So Scott, what I'm going to do, right? The source material. What I'm going to do, I'm working on ICAO at the moment, right? And as soon as I have ICAO done, I'm going to kick it over to you, and then I want to work on the FAA ones. Because I'd like to do a mix, or if I can't, well no, I will do a mix. The focus is on talking to ATC, listening and figuring out what to say under IFR conditions, right? But yeah. Bill says your best bet is to go faster, is to climb higher. Oh, I agree. But let's just see what she'll do. I don't want to go too fast. We're at 230 indicated now. That's fairly beefy. Like, it's giving us an hour to our final destination. That's bang on where we want to be. We are the same but different. Indeed, indeed. But we're doing well. Look at you guys. So exciting news, lads. On Wednesday's stream. On Wednesday's stream, I get to show off something new. Let's have a look. We get to show this off on Wednesday. Can I get an ooh and an ah, please? The CH-47D from Miltech Simulations. It's still work in progress, but we get to show this one off on Wednesday's stream. It's based on what the Chinook is, yeah? And you'll notice a couple of features here. I'll be showing these off as well, right? So that's, well, yeah, right. I'll show you something else now, look. Right. I mean, right. Towing the stuffage with the thing with the yoke, right? Do you know what I mean? What else do we have? Would you like to see it at night time? Right. Beautiful, but we were taking it. In case you missed it, I hate you right now. Epic. It'd be grand. In actual fact, I know. Leave that with me. Actually, have you time to like, you know, mess with this kind of stuff and give some feedback? Not a slow heli. Not a slow heli at all. Not a slow heli at all. And there's nice detailing on it. Again, you're going to see this on Wednesday. It's still very much work in progress. Do you know? But yeah, we'll be checking it out on Wednesday. So do be sure you're there for that, lads. Very pretty. Hey, Two Cats, good to see you. Okay, nice. Amongst the oohs and the ahs is I hate you from Epic Fool. Yeah. Dougal spent the odd hour in those things. Yes. How much are you going to cost me this week? Muse? Yeah. I don't think it's going to cost anything this week. No, it shouldn't cost anything this week. It's not released yet. They're working on it though, and it's looking pretty nice. But yeah, Dougal, it'd be great to get your feedback on this when you see it. Miltech Simulations, these are the guys who brought us the Osprey, amongst others. Oh, you hate them? Usually bringing you or taking you from somewhere important, you know. You were looking on Twitch, that's okay. We're on Twitch as well, Two Cats. We're omnipresent, we're in places, we're all over the shop, yes. Right, so how are we looking? Let's have a look. 56 minutes. Our next stop is in 114 nautical miles, 32 minutes. We're doing well. It's not even a stop, it's going to be a touch and go at the next airport, lads. Yeah? And, well, so far, we're doing all right. Big Papa Polly is in the Spitfire, looking good. Bellbro and a Tomcat. Hey, we got a Vision Jet with us. A Vulcan is up there, look. Man, look at that sun coming down. That's gorgeous looking. Gorgeous. And yeah, of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, well, do be sure to hit that like, subscribe and get notified little button. Helps the channel a lot, you see. It actually does. I don't know what it's called. Algorithm. Couldn't tell you. Muse fan, here's one for you, right? So the word architecture, well, the Romans used that for weapons builders. That's where we get the name architecture from. They built weapons and like siege engines and so on. That's where it came from. Just thought I'd throw it in there. Any sign of a PH livery for Firefly Air? Tarnished? Not yet, but oh man, I'd love one. I'd absolutely love one. QC is getting 380 knots out of that. What? 380 knots out of the XF11. That's nuts. Crazy down. Right, now let's have a gawk here. Do I have... I think I do. Jeez. I did something, I don't know what I did. Hang on.
Time to pull the big switch, good buddy.
Sure, we'll have a look. Who is this? We've just received a raid. Georgie! Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you had a great stream. You're very welcome aboard, lads. You join us in the TBM flying over France. We're on our way to Germany, following Caesar as he left Brittany, heading back across the Rhine.
Can I get a refund?
No, shag off. There's no refunds. That was loud, wasn't it? The Grand Wazoo. Good to see you, man. You just landed in Copenhagen? Nice. Nice. Keen Never says, Murph, does archery come from architecture by any chance, given us to do with weaponry? I don't believe so. No, I think architect. We'll get the history of it now. Epic Phil says, Remurph's IFR course, sing this to the theme of Pina Coladas. If you like reading charts and getting caught for clearance, if you're not into VF4 and you have a nice plane, if you love charts and procedures while you hurt your brain, then TTM Stream is the place for your time. If you like ready charts and getting caught. Brilliant! We'll sing it to the Pina Colada song. That's stuck in my head now. Jesus. If you like Pina Coladas. Right, I was looking for a bit of music. Hang on, lads. Sing it, Murph. I can't sing. If you like Pina Colada. I do like Pina Coladas. Right, hang on now. Where's this now? Open that. Do you know what I mean, though, right? Look at the state of the flying. It's beautiful. Matey, is it Ayala? Passing by, giving you a like. Thank you very, very much indeed. Welcome aboard. How are you? Jess, Evening Murph says, Cornwolf, good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Let me see. Avgeek Liam, you're very welcome aboard. Thank you very much indeed for following the channel. And guys, thank you so much for all the support. Rambling in and spending your time. I absolutely live for our streams. I live for this stuff. The group flights, getting to hang out. I probably bore the absolute Jesus out of you with, you know, Roman history stuff. But yeah, all is well. Still reeling from Friday night. Nice. So yeah, so the IFR stuff, if you like pina coladas, the IFR stuff is going to be starting soon. But there's a ton of content for this year. There's a load of Monday night series still to come. For our Roman extravaganza, the Gallic Wars, we have 3 episodes left. 8, 9 and 10. So part 8 we're going to venture into Britain. Part 9 we head back into Gaul down to Alesia for the standoff against Vercingetorix. And then part 10 we return to Rome. Alea iacta est. As we cross the Rubicon, the die is cast. You know, Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're well, my dude. Welcome in.
Dude, have you been drinking?
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad Egypt.
Drinking like a mad Aegis, right? Drinking like a mad Aegis. Just I haven't come over here yet tonight. Hang on, lads. Bring that down a smidgen and sure, listen, we'll go to... yes, we'll go to this one now, look. And tell me, is this stuff working? I think it is.
Hello there.
Hello there. Right, I think we're good in here. The Romans, what did the Romans ever do for us except this content? Right, do you know? But yeah, kinda, yeah, sure. Pina what you talking about? A Firefly song. Pina Coladas. B. Carlo was here. It's good to see you, B. Carlo. Hope all is well. So, yeah, all our dials are working. The thing is working. We don't have the route on the top, though. I forgot that. You forget these things. Could be worse. I don't know how, but it could be worse. Do you know? And, oh, Twitch sent me out some stuff. I got some, like, badges and things. Ew. And stickers. You know. Ew. Oh, do you know what they sent me as well, actually? I got a warm hoodie thingy. Seemingly you just wear it. I mean, that's all you have to do. Could be worse. You could stub your toe. Listen, if anyone stubs their toe, disaster. I'm at it the whole time. The whole time, so I am. So, yeah, really lovely weather over France, I have to say. Yeah, it's beautiful. This is live weather we're using. So if you put in !map, our map should appear on that screen behind us. Amongst other things, you know. So I've been led to believe. And my auto white balance or exposure keeps acting the Dennis Hickey though, look. Oh, there's a map, look at that. Redeemed by Gregor, well done. 2 clips of you getting your toe wrecked. All the time, you know. But yeah, it's, I have to say, lads, I've been loving the scenery for this Monday night series. I was actually quite surprised because, okay, coming out of Rome, Italy, over the Alps, I mean, that's all stunning, right? But even heading across kind of France and stuff, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Right? Really nice. Energizer said, I once couldn't figure out the word stub. So when I hit my toe, I told my girlfriend afterwards, I just sprinkled my toe. And never before have I seen worry and confusion in the same face. I just sprinkled my toes there, love. Ah, do you know? Walked with a swollen foot for over a month, Zybok did. Jesus. God almighty. What is Teuton Murphy is exposing himself. Wait, what? At least it wasn't on the floor. Do you know what I mean? Anything could have happened there, lads. Do you know? But, yeah, as I said, my gadget is broken. And I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, it's just not working. I think I know what's wrong. The USB, I had it in the last day, worked fine. And then, like, I was reading up, Elgato were like, don't put it in that USB. So I've since moved it, and now it's breaking. So I need to put it back into the other one. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. We'll have to wait. Exclamation point, babe. Right? She'd give a dog a bone. Yeah. She were president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln. Right? She's a fox. I'm still thinking of the Gauls invading Rome. Yeah. Great bunch of lads, them lads. Oh, Jason, I'm getting given out to Mr. Teuton. I need to close my door. Don't go anywhere. To close the door, lads. She's giving out, lads. She's giving out. Do you know what I mean? Right, now. Yes. I'll show you what's over that corner. Wait. Oh, yeah. Is it that one? Ah, yes. The back of me head cam with me Munster flag. Very fancy, isn't it? Do you know? That's the prompter thingy there, look. Sound of a frying pan. No. Jesus, no. Is that what camera? Oh, it is. Look, there's the other back of me head cam. That's looking at the shelves of many things with disco lights. Extraordinary. Oh, I didn't turn on the other disco lights. Why didn't you do that, Murphy, you blithering idiot? Hang on. There we go. What's in me drawer today, you ask? Now, before you all get terribly excited, it's a tripod before you start losing your will, right? I forget how to work it. Seemingly, you just twist this gadget, and then you pull them fellas. Oh, Jesus. There you, oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Look at, oh, yeah. Right, and then this gadget, well, he clips onto it. And it extends and everything, do you know? It's an upgrade to wood polish. No, it catches your fingers. Oh Jesus! So I was using. It doesn't fit in that one. I was using my gadget here. Oh, my itchy head. I was using the gadget the other day, right? And wait now, can I plug that in? Let's see, can I plug it in? Because you wouldn't know with me, lads. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. I want to try a little bit of technical wizardry. Right? Don't mind me now for the minute, but I need to plug some stuff into things. And we'll do one of these. Keep an eye on the old station there. I'll do one of them. Do one of them. Wait now. Wait now. Wait now. I've connected it to the PC. Remaining battery. Why aren't you working? Well, that doesn't want to work. Why is it not working? That's very strange. How do I reach that go now? Hang on.
They've done studies, you know.
That scared the crap out of me.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Why isn't this working? So plug it in. Oh wait, buttons! We heard a thing! Wait now. Turn the gadget. File transfer mode. Yes. Yes.
Can I get a refund?
No, hang on a minute, right? It'd be grand. Right, let's see what I can do here now, right? So if I want to show you this because I want to show you the quality of this thing. It's actually quite good, right? If I go into here and into there and into here, oh sure, look, this is how it works, right? So if I do, what one is this now? Oh, I didn't like that one. What about this one? Oh no, now it's freaking out. I've broke it. The whole thing froze. Did you see that? Oh, look at the head on this. This is like... Will I show you this for a second, will I? This is terrifying now, right? This is just... I'll show you now, right? Don't judge me, right? We'll turn that down for a second. Don't judge me now, right? Hang on. Well, hello. We're here in the Skoda, and we're going to go for a spin, right? Jesus, it almost didn't want to start. Right, it should be grand, right? So, what are we doing? Yeah, we're going to see how this gadget works. You know, driving could be good. You know what's going to happen, but how can this stay now? This needs to go somewhere. You know, oh Jesus, I'm after leaving my wedding ring inside. I don't believe it. Is it in? Oh no, it's in my... Jesus, it's in my inside pocket. Ah, brilliant! I found it. Right. Right, what do we do? Oh yeah, we have to go driving. Right. How can this live somewhere now, I wonder? It'd be kind of flapping around like a big, kind of a weird thing, wouldn't it? Yes. Right, we'll drive this way and see what happens, right? Careful now, Murphy. Don't hit over any old bumps. Now I need this hand to put it out of gear and put it back into gear. Yeah, I didn't think this one through. If I had someone holding it, oh Jesus, if I had someone holding this, it would have been handy, wouldn't it? Hang on now, look. Ah, brilliant! Hang on now, we go this way. What if it lived there? Then have double chins. We can't have double chins. Do you know what I mean? Hang on there now, we got ourselves sorted here, lads. Which now? So how are we all doing? Stop! This is purely an experiment. Right, shh. Right, I've shushed that there now for the minute. That's what right, what did you do with your technological gadgets, right? That's what happens when you're alone. You know, that's what happens when I'm alone. I do things, you know. Was that a Toyota Corolla? What? No, it wasn't a Toyota. Would you get out of that garden, will you? It was a Skoda. Superb. Skoda Superb. It's only logical. Ah, look, what's that? Brilliant, right? It is only logical. So, what do you think of the quality, lads? Wasn't it all right? I thought it was all right. I looked fantastic, I have to say, you right? Toyota's Corolla. No, it's not. It's a stream experiment. Yeah. And, well, turn that off. Oh. Switching to 4K. Gimbal already locked. Okay. And then off. Turn off. Right, it's off. Right, it's off, lads. But yeah, Aegis mode activated. It's oh Jesus, Murph. Oh no, hang on, everything's changing. We're alive again. I have to change that connection, lads. It's not good at all. What screen do you have there? Can you be more specific? It's almost nighttime, look. Jay, what do you think of the quality? Look more like a Fiat Punto. What? Quality was decent. Must be a good sensor. Yeah, it's a full size sensor. Sound was nearly better than the stream. What? What are you talking about? Was streaming while driving? No, prove that the organ donation is fresh. No, I didn't like. That was in me estate. Do you know? You can't be doing that. Where's the anti-ice if I need it in the TBM? Anti-ice. On the bottom left, underneath the yoke, all down that side. Johnny Aardvark, good to see you, man. How are you? You're looking well. Better than a Ford Pinto, tell you. But yeah, overflew the airport. What? No, we didn't. Super tie. That was meant to be a compliment. I wanted that again. Wait, what? Quality was good. Sound was nearly. Oh, well, was it? Thank you, Muse fan. I appreciate the kind words of the technology. I was using one of them fellas. The DJI Mic 2, it's called. And I still have the DJI Mics 1, you know. Where's the anti-ice if I need it in the Skoda? The kettle, right? Black Ice gave us away. You take care, dude. Muse was only messing. You're great crack. Hayden is here. Hello, Hayden. You're very welcome aboard. Speaking of new toys, Murph, I have some new flight sim hardware coming in the next few weeks. You might want to check out. What you get? Muse fan is like, too late to apologize. Listen, it's grand, Muse fan, right? I think you're great. And thanks for the compliment. Do you know? Not like Muse fan to give you a compliment in fairness, you know? What did you get, Epic? You have to tell us, man. You have to tell us. How are we getting on? What time? It's 10:20. Yeah, we're getting there. Then again, we are only halfway through our flight. Jesus. What's our speed? We're all right. ET to destination, 36 minutes. Okay. Let's see what happens. Indeed, I'm a miserable L git. Poor Muse. But yeah. So yeah, I'm experimenting with some stuff. By the way, Gibbo's here. Gibbo, did you do the thing after? Is it done? Did you get the Skoda portable coffee maker? Is there such a thing? You did the thing. Dude, nice one. Downrange, good to see you. Right, I'm coming for you all now. Uh-oh, look out. Ages. Red Baron. Or Rad Baron. Hashtag ages. Or exclamation point ages. What? Gibbo, that's huge news, man. Congratulations. Jesus. How many showers did you need? Now I'm worried Murph and Co will be at the Rio now. The pool's going to be full and beer will be running out.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Look at the timing of that, right? Flipper Alloy, thank you very much indeed. 27 months, dude. Thank you very, very much indeed. Insane support. Thank you very much. Looking at the points menu behind me. Yeah, they should work. Oh, you have to redeem them for points. Click the little button where your points are, your Murph points. Do you know? He needed 10. Huh? Yeah, I think it's going to be at the Rio. Sunjammer, there's going to be a pool party. I'm just saying, right? We should do the belly flop challenge. You can go first. I'll score you. And, yeah. There's lights flashing and stuff. See, look, Canoe Head 2 got the idea. See the lights flashing? Check fuel, Murph. We should be okay for fuel. I hope. JP Aviate, good to see you. We're okay for fuel. You have a great range with the TBM. It's phenomenal. So let me get this straight, Gibbo. You flew from Amsterdam back to Dublin, wasn't it? EHAM controllers were amazing. Prosed a lot of them. Tricky part was getting a word in. 3 calls at the same time. What? Really? So Gibbo Ireland, lads, he's been flexing the IFR flying on VATSIM, right? And we actually did a bit of a flight yesterday, did myself and Gibbo, and we were testing shared cockpit. And it kind of works. You know, it's. I think it works better in some aircraft. But, man alive, Gibbo, that's a serious flight to do. Amsterdam? Do you know? What was the taxiing like? Taxi Alpha Hold Point Sierra? I can't do a Dutch accent. I tried once, failed miserably. Doit, yeah, doit like a doiker. Isn't that weird? Yes. But that's amazing, dude. Really, really is. And anyone who's interested in doing some VATSimage, well, we're going to be doing some soon. I really need to get into VATSim. Cornwolf, we're going to be starting an IF4 kind of course on a Monday night series in a couple of weeks. Seen Gibbo early just as the stream started. Yeah. Legend has it Gibbo was still taxiing at Amsterdam. He'll be there till tomorrow. But yeah, it's a huge achievement, man. Jesus, huge achievement. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah, it is huge, man. It's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Tail Road, good to see you. It helps if you park beside the runway. Alpha 4 to holding point Sierra 5, 10 seconds of a taxi. Oh, not too bad. We have a little event on tonight in the DFW area. Nice. I should be good to do something small tomorrow. Sweet. There you are, lads. If you're around tomorrow night on Discord, I think some of the lads might be doing some VATSIM flying. I'm currently working on the new kind of course document, and I'm not. I was going to go nuts. I've kind of pulled the handbrake on that a little bit. The need to know. That's what I'm going to focus on, and a little bit of nice to know. You know, overhead in a bar. Dutch isn't a language; it's a throat ailment. Or overheard in a bar. Yeah. What region will be revealed on Wednesday for our next hub? That is the question. Viper Strike. That is the question. 2 million XP, 100,000 flights. We have a brand new hub on the way. Ooh. And I'm thinking of doing something different, right? So the guys who have, it's an idea now, right? The guys who have the top of their leagues who can vote. Well, I was going to enter all your names in to a raffle kind of a thing, and the winner gets the hub named after them. I posted in the ATC text something new. You might want it for the course, Murph. Oh, thanks, Gibbo. Under control, we're deadly. VATSIM successfully done. Just sharing a note I got from Amsterdam Radar next time, which was new to me. Even though I use SimBrief, there's an additional step required to keep you away from London as much as possible. Let's see. So it says, please validate your flight plan with Eurocontrol to make sure it compiles with radar restrictions. When using SimBrief, look at the big View More Routes banner and pick one with a Eurocontrol logo or another IFPS compliant route. When using PFPX, please validate your ATC manually. Right, all good stuff, Gibbo. Okay, defo, yes, I'll definitely add that. It could be Muse International Airport. Yes, it could. Anything from Phoenix yet? Nothing yet, Captain Ray. Dutchman walks into a chemist. Hello, I need some deodorant. The chemist asks, ball or aerosol? Neither. It's for my armpits. Jesus. That was desperate, but I like it. I like it. How are we getting on? 10 minutes out from our next... Well, it's going to be a touch and go, lads. It's getting nighttime, look. Beautiful back there. Muse International Airport. That's the idea, right? So the hub will be named after you. But I'm waiting on an email back from someone, so we'll see. We'll see. That would be MIA and not enough speed for takeoff. Cheaper than Dublin anyway. The price of beer in Dublin? Jeez. Ow, me hand, I'm after bashing it. But what was I going to say? Yeah, the ATC stuff, I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it. And again, when it comes to using exact word for word, it's quite difficult because with IF4, you're going to be traveling further distances usually because you're in larger aircraft usually. So it's going to be particularly hard to nail down the exact script. But in saying that, once you understand the flows of what's being said, how you record it, and then, you know, how do you read back, that's half of it, you know? So much fun last time. Yeah. Clarkson on Friday. So this coming Friday, we're joining the Microsoft Flight Sim official Twitch channel, but then we'll do something after that back here. Mia's going to change his name. TTM is a big Egypt hub. It does have a nice ring to it. Just stay local and do practice approaches. That's what we'll be doing. Well, we'll do a bit of both because we'll be doing Irish stuff and a bit of European stuff and a bit of American stuff then for good measure. But again, we'll take it nice and slow. So if you've never done VATSIM at all, you can still start at this part of the course, which is IF4 stuff. We'll do more advanced stuff later on, but this is just to, you know, knock the cobwebs off and then we see. Muse can attest to how terribly I tell that joke in real life. Brilliant. JP Aviate says, ATC is looking awesome. I can't wait to see the finished project or product. Oh yeah, 100%. But, you know, will you have this screen when you're on Microsoft Flight Sim Official? Well, they might give out, you know me. Now, if I do give out, just to me know. No. You see what he did? The second I I might. Who are you anyway, Mav? No one's even heard of you. I can't control that. I don't know where it is. It's cloud-based. Is Forza worth the money? I think it is. Yes. Captain Ray, it's good fun. It's good fun. That's desperate, isn't it? Like, there's great trust between me and Gibbo because, like, do you know, he could absolutely take the Dennis out of this. As in, like, right? Do you remember Murphy used to stream? Yeah, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Do you know? But, yeah. Weather's also cloud-based. Ooh. Move the screen aside. Could you imagine? I think it'd be hilarious, crack, wouldn't it? It'd be hilarious, crack. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys. You know, IFR flying VATSIM, it's more serious as in, you know, we're learning stuff. But yeah. Weather is also cloud-based, so I have heard. Sorry, terrible entry joke. Joey Bolo, I just got it now, though. Weather is also cloud-based. I see what you did there. Only from Muse fan saying Murphy totally forgot or totally missed that joke. Over me head like a tumbleweed in the gale force wind, right? But yes, that's a lot of power for one man. One man in a world of technology. It is, right? It absolutely is. But yeah, Joey Bolo, how are you, mate? I hope you're well, dude. Great to see you. Right, so we're going to be jumping back to our Harry playing here now because, sure, listen, we need to do a touch and go, right? So, whoosh. It's positively nighttime. Now, I think we're laughing now, right? News fan gifted a tier 1 sub to Joey Bolo. Thank you very, very much indeed. What are you going to fly on Friday night? I'm not sure. I'm thinking... Jesus. I might go with the Vision Jet. Let's see. Okay, there's our runway. So, autopilot off. Yaw dampener off. Power coming out. We're going to head for the base here. Ooh, it's going to be nighttime here. I'm going to keep it on nighttime, lads. It's always nice doing a bit of nighttime flying in the sim. You know what I mean? So let's see what we can do, right? Vision Jet had an update the other day. Yeah, that's why I want to check it out. Get into your seat properly here now, Murph. Yes. Easy. Easy. Right, our dashboard here now for a little moment. So it's a touch and go here, lads, right? So we'll spin around here to the right a bit. Nighttime flying in the sim is the best. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So watch your speed. I think I've like 10 hours flying or nighttime flying. It's so nice though. And look at that. Look at that, lads. That's stunning. Okay, let's speed come down. About 140 knots. Gear coming down. Got a racetrack beneath us. Speed 120. First notch of flaps. Easy does it. Man, what a beautiful area. This is stunning, lads. So many people flying. This is beautiful. Okay, speed still 120. We're looking good. You love the Vision Jet? It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. And relatively easy to fly, which is great. It means you can actually focus on, you know, navigation and a bit of ATC as well. You know what I mean? So this airport, Lima Foxtrot Sierra November. What's your speed coming in here? We got the runway. Now this is just a touch and go, lads. 500. Vision jet worth every penny. Yeah, it's really nice. They're doing a flight from London to Dublin. No, sorry, they're doing a flight from Dublin to London. So I imagine you'd get away with, you know, 2 hours flying. Serious Wolf, thank you very much indeed. Great to see you. 6 months, man. Oh Jesus, hang on, I nearly binned it. Continue. Okay, so speed is lively, but we're not stopping here, so. Okay, we have 3 greens on the landing gear. We have flap set. Reducing some of the speed. It's a touch and a go. Watch the flare. There's our touch, 64, we'll take it. Power coming in. Hold the centre line. Yep, see daisy. Positive rate of climb, and we're indicating. Gear up, tap the brakes. All right. Beautiful, lads. Absolutely beautiful. Commodore 64 box. That's a great name, dude. Okay, climb out. Autopilot engaged. Yaw dampener activated. IAS mode. This is going to be a steep climb, getting us back to where we need to go. And we're going to continue on to our final stop of the night. It's going to be over in Germany as we cross the River Rhine, landing in Echo Delta Foxtrot Mike. Look at the state of it, though. Isn't that stunning? Jeez, you gotta love the old night lighting, don't you? Man, that's a steep climb. I'm loving this. Okay, let's get a quick check on what we're doing here. So, we have a lot of lighting options with this airplane. They're beautiful, just beautiful. So turn on the side lights. These guys on. Side lights on here. I mean, look at that. Isn't that stunning? Beautiful lighting at night time with this airplane. Absolutely gorgeous, lads. So we're coming up to 4,500 feet. We're back on track. About 20 minutes will take us home. That's almost perfect timing. And sure, listen, lads, what we need to do here, because there's something about nighttime flying. It's just calm and peaceful. Do you know what I mean? So we might do one of these. Look, will this work? What does this one do, Murph? This works. Some tunage.
Dougal, have you been drinking?
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
Big shout out to Gibbo. He just gave me the link for our recent radio interview over on Sky Blue Radio with Willie Canuck. That link there will bring you to the recording if you want to catch up on it. There's some really nice songs. And it was great fun chatting to Willie, catching up with everyone over on Sky Blue Radio. And a big shout out to Gibbo. Thanks for the link, my dude. Isn't it absolutely stunning? We'll play around here a bit.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
You gotta love nighttime flying. It's something I don't do an awful lot. But man, look at that. Isn't that beautiful looking? Absolutely stunning. And yes, we have fireflies. This is beautiful. So let me see, 15 minutes out. Let's crank up the speed a little bit because we can go a little bit faster. Let's put it into 850 mode just for the last kind of hoorah. Easy now. Watch your torque, Murph, you mad Egypt. Easy, Jer Jemima. That'll do her. That'll do her. Right, okay, so let's have a look. We are 64 nautical miles away, ground speed of 255, ETA just under 15 minutes. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's have a look at the airport as we're coming in, right? So EDFM, here is the River Rhine. Look at that, lads. Right over the River Rhine. And then our landing, we can go straight in, 09er, and we'll taxi then down to the ramp. So over the Rhine and we're straight in. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Do you know? The trees in Aki seasons are starting to get green again. Yeah, it's deadly, isn't it? I love that. JF Le France, you're very welcome in. Thank you very much indeed for the subscribe, dude. How are you? Paddle faster, you hear banjos. Uh-oh. It's giving you, it's giving me early sim release vibes. Ooh. It's a bit of a shame that we can't have YouTube unfriendly music. Post-rock is so nice for flights, but the royalty-free epidemic options are very limited. Well, yeah. I mean, we do have some music, but yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Like, it's, you know, there's always some background tunage. It could be playing away in the background. Be aware of the big tower. Lima Kilo Mike is away. You take care, my dude. Thank you so much for joining us. So we have Dougal McTavish out on our right hand side. Looking good, Dougal. We have an awesome escort right beside us. You gotta love it, man. You gotta absolutely love it. I use Chill Pop on a stream on the rare occasion. Squawk Torque? Yeah. There's always a great option of different songs. Epidemic Sound, I love it. They're brilliant. Brilliant. Lads, have you been flying the MU2 much? I see Kozaki's in it there tonight. I need to do a flight in the MU2 again. I flew it when it first came out, and I haven't really touched it since, but how is the plane getting on? The Mitsubishi M2. Is it good? I need to check on that. This thing, by the way, the TBM 850, this is really nice. Black Square have done an amazing job, and they have the Duke coming out next. Looking forward to that. I would avoid Mannheim until Wednesday when the carnival season is over. Ooh. DCS, good to see it. Ian Lefford has the hotel booked for the Eurovision. Nice. Me too. Did I hear that right? A Pokemon airplane? Uh-oh. Kahari says tailgate party is also nice from Epidemic. Ooh. We'll have to check it out. Kazaki says the patch helped the MU2. Nice. Alright, lads, 10 minutes out to our final stop tonight. And then next week, we're invading Britain. You know, metaphorically speaking, you know, we're flying to Britain. I have the hiccups with the Jesus. So cabin temperature 21 degrees. Fuel is looking good. Overall, this has been a stunning flight. It's been beautiful. And keeping things with the timing, it's actually nice flying into nighttime. You're gaining on us. Good stuff, Squawk Torque. Good stuff. This now would be a great machine for some IFR stuff, I think. That'll be an interesting stream. Tipperary man invades Britain. Ireland's... No, wait. Big head, Murph. Tipperary inspired... No, wait. Caesar inspired... I'm not a Tipperary man. I live in Tipperary. I'm not from Tipperary. I'm from Dublin, right? Caesar inspired Dublin Tipperary Kerry person invades Britain. I can see the headlines now. This is the news at 10 with Trevor McDonald. Tonight, news. Yes. That's kind of how she's going to roll, lads. Now, if we go to daytime, of course, we'll get to see the Rhine. At night time, we won't. If you're coming in for the approach 27, you pass over the Hockenheim ring. Ooh. Caesar inspired South Dublin, man. Yeah. Dublish Caesar invades Britain. We can see it there now. Hey, Halder. Good to see you, Halder. Welcome in. Dulce, not a dub, not a culty. He's dubitarian. Dubtitarian. Dubtitarian. I will take it. I like that one. Dubrarian. The damn Dubrarians. You is Demla. Oh wait, Yizzer and Demla, right? Dublitarian. Could you imagine if the Romans ever met the Irish? Do you know? Dublinite. I don't think that works. Dublinite? A dub. That, you know. Now, let's see what's going to happen here, right? So, I don't see the airport yet. Then again, we are 40 miles away, so you're not going to see a jet, you big idiot. I don't actually know what we're doing. I just went out. Oh, but it's grand. A Dublish Kilkenny. That happens to live in Tipperary, man. Kilkenny? I'm not Kilkenny. Dublinator. Oh, I like that one. The leader of the invading force is the chief Egypt, who leads many more Egypts. That works. Yeah, sure, that works. This is going to be a pretty approach. Right, let's get me out. Wigwam lights off. Whoosh. Landing lights on. Ask me, Swiss. Now that's a Dublin saying. Ask me, Swiss. Brilliant. So would that be a tipsy Dublinite? That could work. Saying he's from Kilkenny is worse than calling him a tip man. Jesus. The old Kilkenny folk. You can't be doing that now. Hi. Well, hi is kind of a Calvin, loud, you know. I bet the bleeding had you. The old Dublin accent. A point of planes, your only man. It's gas, all the different accents on such a small island. Do you ever notice that? Do you know? I don't know where my accent is actually from. There's a bit of Dublin. If I'm talking to people from Dublin, the Dublinish comes out. If I'm talking to people from Kerry, do you know, be Janie then, couldn't you nearly, the Kerry comes out. Do you know? If I'm talking to those from Cork, well, no one talks like Cork, only Cork people. Welcome to Cork, boy. In the rebel county now, boy. Where else then? It's Limerick City. That's Limerick City, kid. But even Dublin has a range of accents. You have the Northsiders. Then you have the Southsiders, who decide to talk a little bit different and more catchy and trendy. Sounds Welsh. Just remember, Murph, you're County Dublin, not the real deal. I'll have you know, my address was Dublin 22, right? Not County Dublin, do you know? People who get the Dort and people who get the Dart. Anxiety, yes. It's brilliant. So, Super Ty, we can actually create Murph in Tangia. You know. What winds me up is the weather forecast on the TV excludes Ireland from the weather report. Northern Ireland. I'll go down there now. Up high now in the island of Ireland. Aye. Get Professor Henry Higgins and we can find out where the accent is really from. Indeed. Thank you, Viper Strike. I'll have a look in a bit. Yeah. Do you know? And then Tipperary accent, lads, it could be kind of hard to understand what it is they're saying. They talk very fast and they tend to put a bit of a H in everything they're saying. It's not a stick, it's a shtick. Do you know? That sort of stuff. Stuff. Right? County Cavan. What a place. I loved everything about the place. Killashandra, Fisherman's Heaven, lakes galore. Yeah. We'd have Cavan Man jokes. How do you know when you're in a Cavan Man's house? There's a fork in the sugar bowl. Right, do you know? Miserable, wouldn't spend Christmas. But yeah. Narn, Zaithy, yeah, that's the one. We have so many awesome accents. It's gas. And Nar on the UTV. I love the northern accent, it's brilliant. Don't say now, they say Nar. Or instead of bananas, bananas. Do you know? Oh, it's getting bumpy here, look. Ooh. Bumpity bumpity bump. Without the Romans promoting literacy, Murphy wouldn't be. Murphy wouldn't. He wouldn't Viper at all, no. Right, how are we getting on? 5 minutes. Do we have a visual of the runway? Ooh, kind of nearly. I think it's over there, look. How are we looking now, lads? Ooh, and Ah, hello, fireflies. Look at that, lads. You gotta love it, right? The word hello doesn't exist in Tipperary. Instead, it's well. And in my area, it's, well, how are you? Well. Yeah. Well. Yeah, they say well a lot here. Yeah. Well. Huh? Well. Water? Well, you know, that's what you're up against. Eamon is ahead of us. Keeping sketch. Captain Ray has gift cards burning a hole in your pocket. Uh-oh. That'd be an ecumenical matter. Ecumenical. Blue calms him down. Yes. Can someone explain divil a bit to me, you country lads? Divil a bit means nothing. Any news? Divil a bit. Brilliant. Well, any news? Didn't I hear Mary Sheehan's after time? Jesus. Divin a bit. No, divil a bit. Divin a bit. That's up your neck of the woods, Muse. Divin a bit. Hi. Divil a bit. How's she cutting? Hawaii. Well, I use Hawaii. Hawaii. Never tell you the time when I met Andre Rieu. I meant to say hello and something else, and it came out as Ulo. Ulo. And he looked at me. Where I come from, it's Nout. Ah. Savarius, good to see you. Catching up quick. Nice. Maybe it's a loud thing, yeah. Here, say, all right, lad. How's it going, lad? Dublin, all right. I know that, but I mean, how? How did it come to be? It makes no sense. Yeah, but what's the story? What's the story? Right? Or, you know, the shorter version. Storyboard? Do you know? What's the story? What are you talking about? Do you want me to tell you a story? I have many. Right? If Caesar had to be an Irish, which accent would hit? Oh, South Dublin, for sure. Yeah, no, it would have been South Dublin. But then every now and again, he'd thrown in the old common Northsider. Do you know what I mean? Just heading down by the Roman Forum the other day. Of course you have a story. Why, when don't you? Storyboard. Now, Jesus, we're about to pass the Rhine. The River Rhine. Ah, sure, this is only brilliant. The airport's over here, me right, look. Oh, is that it? Hardly. No, that's not the airport. The airport should be over there somewhere. Don't tell me there's no lighting at this airport, isn't it? This is exciting, lads. The River Rhine. Remember the time, 1827. There it is! There's the Rhine River, look! Be the Janie Macaroni! Brilliant. What time do we say? 1827? Oh, it's there, look. It's where Aviator Geek is. Right. Right, Murph. Autopilot coming off. Autopilot off. Yaw dampener off. Bring the power back. And drop the nose and we shall dive. Okay, watch your speed here, Murph. Johnny Brook, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Auga! Do we have runway lighting? We have, but it's real dingy. Holy crap, that's it there. Right, gear down. This is going to be sporty. This is going to be very sporty. Alright. We'll slip it in. Speed's coming down nicely. Man, look at the night lighting. It's stunning. Look at the state of it, lads. Isn't this beautiful? 'Tis absolutely gorgeous now. Okay. Jesus, it's windy. 17 friggin' knots. Absolutely bananas. Easy now. 500. 500. Oh, jeez, look at the building right on the short final. Look, Jesus. Right, easy now, Murphy. Sink, don't sink. Kitchen sink. Continue. Easy does it now, Betsy. Easy. Oh my God, the wind.
Dude,
Can I get a refund?
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
The wind here is nuts. No, I'm not liking this. Go around, gear up. Get us out of here. Up and out of it. Didn't like that for 1 minute. Okay, let's try that again. Photogrammetry here as well. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. We're going the wrong way.
We're totally
Look
fine.
at this big Aegis.
It's grand. I'm following procedure. There was no way we were going to land there safely, so I said, right, we'll do something different. It's super windy.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
It's like 10 knot crosswind. Alright, easy now, Jemima. Bit of control this time round, Murph. Easy does it. Easy does it. How's everyone getting on behind us? You're doing all right. Spin around again. Man, look at that night lighting. Isn't it only gorgeous, look? I hope that's coming through well on the stream. It looks stunning. And yes, there is photogrammetry and it's done really well. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, let's venture out again. What's your altitude this time? Bathroom sink. Look at the night lighting, guys. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. Jesus, it's so real looking. Isn't it gorgeous? Stunning. It's quite bumpy here as well.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
It's so beautiful. Okay. Start a little turn to the left. Gear down. Overflying your house as you speak. Nice, bro. Gear is down. Man, you can really hear the air hitting off it. What's our altitude? Taking our time, a long sweeping left-hand turn here. As we kind of come back out towards the Rhine. The amount of people on the ground, that's awesome. Okay, altitude's looking good. There's that tower we're going to be careful of. Continue our turn. We got some cars on the ground, nice. Speed is good. The cathedral almost got you on the approach, really? Okay, follow on the river. Or in fact, that's probably a railway, is it? Look at the wind! 20 knots, lads! That's a 20 knot wind, look. Jesus. We're alright. We're high, but we're okay. Okay, easy does it now, Jemima. Easy. Shh, it's fine. We're totally fine. This is looking a little bit better. Easy. Continue. Easy now. Easy now. Watch the flare. Power to idle. Easy. Touchdown. Debate it. Wow, look at all the planes here. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I think we landed with a tailwind. That's what happened. Beautiful though. Absolutely beautiful. Flaps are in. Look at this. Now what we'll do, lads, because it's night time, this is going to be, let's flash your lights. You know what I mean? This has to be a case of flash your lights, right? This is going to be class looking, right? Hang on a second. We need one of these. Are we ready? What a sight. That's absolutely brilliant, lads. Look at the selection of aircraft. It's incredible. That's absolutely class looking, isn't it? Beautiful. So there, friends, we have it. What a great flight. So we've flown all the way from Brittany in France, all the way over, crossing the River Rhine. And, well, we didn't have to build a bridge. We just flew over it. An advantage, of course, you know. But what a great part of the world to be in. Look at this. We got photogrammetry of the whole area. That's really nice. What's the cathedral like? Let's have a gawk. Let's see how the old photogrammetry loads in. It's like factories and cathedrals and Jesus, look. There's the River Rhine there, look. Not too shabby, look. Not too shabby at all, is it? It's not bad, it's not bad. Look at that mad tower, look. Jesus. From a distance, photogrammetry is like, when you're kind of at the perfect height. Look at that. Look at that. That's stunning, look. Isn't it? Look at the state of that. Absolutely gorgeous. Then this mad looking tower. Oh, yes. It's done very well, isn't it? Somebody say there's a big cathedral near the airport. Where's everyone now? Hang on now. I've lost everyone. Oh no, there's everyone. All right, is there a cathedral down here? Hey, we could have football grounds. Nice. Jesus, look at this. It's not stunning, lads. Look at that. It's the old Germans again. A great bunch of lads. There's a cathedral there, look. Man, this is impressive. All the trains as well. There's the River Rhine. Look at the barges they got down there too. This is friggin' gorgeous. 84S Sim, good, or 845 Sim, good to see you. Tivat. Oh, Tivat is very good. Look at that. That's awesome. That's really, really nice, isn't it? Bridges coming in. Look at that. Jesus, what a gorgeous little place, look. Photogrammetry is quite good here. Now, I don't know, was this airport included with the... Oh, look at these lads coming in. C-160s. All right. We've got two of them coming in. Who's this? Sterling and Commodore. Really well done, lads. Look at that. That's awesome. Lads, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for following along tonight. I had a lot of fun flying there. And this is Mannheim. It's Echo Delta Foxtrot Mike. And it's a stunning part of the world, this, isn't it? Stunning. So, lads, as always, great fun flying with you. Thank you so much indeed for tuning in. For everyone watching us on YouTube, really do appreciate all the likes, and well, thank you very much indeed. And to everyone here on Twitch for all the support, the raids, the resubscribes, thank you very, very much indeed. A big shout out to our mods, Gibbo Muse, and Old Veteran, lads. Thank you very much indeed for all your help tonight. We're back to you on Wednesday. We're going to be checking out the CH-47D, based on the Chinook helicopter that's inbound from Miltech Simulations. And we got some other stuff to show off as well. And then on Friday, as a reminder, we're going to be joining the Microsoft Flight Sim official Twitch channel, and then we'll ramble back to our own channel afterwards. And there could be Flyage or Driveage, or it's hard to call. It's hard to call, lads. It's hard to call. But until then, we'll see you on Wednesday for the halftime show. Have a great week. It's almost Friday. As Keen Lafford says, it's the last Monday before Friday, and that's always something to look forward to. Do you know? So until then, have a great night. See you soon. There's the roundabout. Easy now, Murph. Easy. Yeah. Add a bit of stink there now. What's the job? Bit of stall. Now we're talking. Now, oh, Jesus. Get in there now, you divilya. We're looking better here now, lads. Oh, that was painful. Get down. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, we tipped it over. We're now like eating the ground like an ostrich.